switched over now. So
Figuring out how to draw Corvina in MS Paint, that'll be perfect. That's exactly how it should be. Also, Zandy, if you want to learn how to play Mahjong, this is a teaching Mahjong stream, so assuming we're switched over, which I think we are.
Yep, we are.
I gotta make you guys bigger.
I say that like I'm not immediately doing like I don't have all of the chats lined up and not any of the actual views of the stream itself because I don't have that many screen. I don't have that much screen.
Signed into the wrong account. Pumpkin, get out of here.
Oh no.
Oh no. Hello everyone. Thank you for following the Mahjong stream. This is gonna be fun.
Hello, Toast. This is a great game. This is an A+ game. It's a testament to my burnout that you haven't seen me stream it since you started hanging out with us over here, Sandy. Oh God, well, at least you'll see me here. You're playing it now.
Any further follow test? Yeah, I mean, I haven't even seen you do it.
That's incredible. That's actually incredible. It's literally all I was known for like ever.
I think when Real Corp was still alive, I saw a few of them post your stream every once in a while, but like I never went into it. That might have been it.
Ah, is that what it was? I'm just not good enough. I understand. I get it.
Thanks for following though, Frixie, even after me dissing you there.
And you want the unfollow? I'll give you the unfollow.
No, it's good. It's good.
The number can go up and down.
Right email address?
There's two directions this number can go.
That's true. That is definitely true. Wait, I'm actually scared because Frixie, you said you have thousands of hours in here, and you're adept.
Yeah.
How the hell is Ezra expert? What the fuck?
Because
like, that's so much more hours, isn't it?
Do you want me to tell you the easy answer on that?
Yes.
When you stream the game, it's way harder to actually play the game well.
Okay, fair enough.
When you're streaming, you're either talking and paying attention, or you're you're paying attention, or you're holding a conversation. And I'm not in Jade Room, so people aren't just gonna watch me for my gameplay. So I need to hold a conversation and somehow maintain good play at the same time.
Fair. Frixie, you might want to invite Corvina.
Yeah, I was waiting for her. The totally not Corvina figureverse to show up.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I mean, who's that?
Oh no.
Who the heck is that?
God,
There's a random in our room. What the heck?
There's two cats. Not one of. Neither of you wants to be a big boob hedgehog bitch.
Here, I'll be this girl that I still haven't watched Saki.
You still haven't watched Saki. I miss her. It's such a good show. I even got like Gomi to watch it.
I need to watch it. One day I'll run out of anime that I have to watch, and I'll finally watch it.
And you're just gonna be like, why is every single eye drawn badly? Why is all the focus on the tits? Why is everything nothing but tits?
Some of the visual novels I've been reading recently have that exact same problem, so I'll probably say nothing.
They have walking animation cycles, but there's no actual animation cycle drawn above the hip. So they're perfectly still like at the hip joint, and then everything else underneath is walking in a circular motion.
That's incredible.
Anyway,
just a reminder, speaking of Saki, that I've played more games like physically on a table of Saki than actual Mahjong.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you for a second meant Saki like the drink. I was like, wait a second, what?
No, it's a Mahjong anime where they have Mahjong magic, but if you're a nerd, you print out the cards and there's a game mode you can play where you have special abilities with Mahjong. And I've played that on a real table more times than I've played actual Mahjong on a real table.
God.
They finally spiced it up.
I wonder if I should just bring the card version of Mahjong to Offkai. I mean, it would be way easier to transport with all the merch.
It would be
absolutely.
less space for sure.
I do own a set of cards, which is just the Mahjong tiles in card form, which is way faster to deal with. But also, it's like, not tiles, so half the fun's gone. Anyway, is everyone ready?
Cards are less tasty than the tiles.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. You can't eat the tiles if they're cards. Then is eating cards.
Yeah. I have Pokemon cards and Magic the Gathering cards for that one. I don't need more.
All right, so
$1,000 meal with the magic cards.
Can't wait to explain this game. My favorite. Do you want me to go for it this time, Measure? I think the last time you took responsibility for teaching the basics of Ricci. I'll take it this time.
Nah, you can go for it.
Yeah. I'm more sober and awake this time than the last time we did this, so I think.
True.
I can grab my crown if we want.
You probably want to have a brain for this.
That's fair. Thanks for the sub, Kawhi. Appreciate it.
All right. So I want to spend my 300 seconds explaining things before we go any forward, so that gives us like a lot of time. So you notice in your hand it's sorted by suit and then rank, aka it's grouped by like characters and like, dots and bamboos.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Right.
That makes sense.
The end goal of the game is going to be to have 4 sets of 3 and a pair. By sets of 3, I mean like you have 2 Norse there, a third one would make a set of 3. When it comes
this is 2 Norse right here, right?
Right, exactly. That's 2 Norse and an East. Another example, you can, when it comes to suits, you can either have a run, meaning that is like 3, 4, 5. You have 3 and 4 of characters, but you're missing 2 and 5. Or you can have 3 of a kind. If you had, say, like, for example, I have 2 6s. If I found another 6, that would be another set of 3.
Okay.
For now, those are the only rules I'm going to introduce. We're going to probably play a game like that. If you see anything that says pawn or con or chi, you are to ignore it.
Okay.
If you see the word Ricci, you are to push it.
Okay.
As far as I think we need to go on that.
So Ricci push, yes. Everything else, just ignore it.
Exactly, and
okay.
we will go from there.
All right.
There are a lot more rules, but that is the basics you need to understand to be able to get into Ricci, which is to have a hand that is closed, meaning you never called anything, and be able to declare a bet saying that you're going to win, which is Ricci.
Okay. And then as far as I understand right here, I'm basically going because it kind of has similarities to poker is what I understand, but here's basically like me turning in my card and saying I want to swap this one.
Right. So you drew a 1. You always draw at the beginning of your turn. So you drew a 1, and now you can discard 1. So you could discard, say, the 8 of characters, for example, or the East Wind, or whatever you want to discard.
Okay.
As long as it's moving towards having hand shapes that make sense. There are definitely better discards than others, but I'm not going to go into those intricacies on game 1 out of the gate, because that would be a lot more than we need to do here.
Gotcha. And then I assume this is 3, and then these are other 2 numbers on these ones?
So what do you mean by 3?
Because there's 3 lines right there.
You mean at the very beginning?
On the left-hand side, right here, it has 3 lines, and then it has a character.
Hang on. Let me look at your stream itself.
It shows the numbers.
Oh yeah. So hang on. You never turned on English characters. Okay. So that's a 3, a 4, and an 8.
Oh, so
you don't have Arabic numerals on. That explains why you're asking.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
All right.
Wait, can I change that?
You can after this game. If you click the little guy, scroll down to the bottom. Under general, I believe. Yeah, whatever it is.
Okay. Oh my god, that makes more sense.
Game. Well, no, they fixed it. It does it immediately now. Cool.
Oh my gosh, it makes so much more sense because I'm looking at these. I'm like, what are these?
Yeah, sorry. I was like, yeah, my tile set can only be set at homepage. Yours is fancy and can be set wherever you want. Apparently, I'm wondering if it's because I'm using a different browser or something.
So skip.
Did you get the? You might have gotten the desktop client because that's like a thing now.
I did.
Okay. Yeah, I have never used anything but the web client. Although if that sort of thing is dynamically editable, I might actually swap just because it is such a pain in the butt whenever people complain on stream whenever I use the other set. Because I much prefer to play without Arabic numerals on them, because that's not a reference that I need, and it does not do anything for my brain. But everyone else is just like, please turn them on so I can read, and I'm like, ugh. I do not play with marked sets whenever I am playing on a table. I'll put it that way. Although I think the sets that I would bring to Offkai would be marked, because I imagine that there were people who would be very sad otherwise.
I don't think I've ever seen a marked physical set. I always figured that was only a video game thing.
Like I have two sets that I could theoretically bring. One would be the cards, which are Arabic numerals have on them. I think they have Arabic numerals on them, the cards. But also the Final Fantasy 14 set, which is the one I typically use for teaching to my chagrin, is written in Domin font.
Disgusting.
It is
God.
so hard to read. I hate the set so much. Words cannot express. I can find a picture of it since we have a bit of time, and you can show it on stream real quick if I can find a good example. I will. Let's see if I can get a good. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not it. Nobody's posting a good picture of it. Nope. Anyway, is it my turn again?
I believe so.
I'm looking for the window that is the game. Oh, never mind. It's the other tab. I know what I'm doing.
No, you don't.
I swear I know what I'm doing. Probably, sometimes. At least once. At least once I almost figured it out. You know what? This is good enough. This is a good enough example of the image. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. If
That
you
was so wrong.
Yeah, I'm like, you get it's so it's absolutely the same thing, but it's a mess.
It almost feels disrespectful.
It's the same font, and it's just.
Even I'm looking at that, I'm like, what the fuck?
To be fair, there are a lot of theme sets. Like, you go to Japan, there's Hello Kitty sets, there are Doraemon sets, there's Miku sets, just every Mahjong, just forever, all sorts of sets.
Well, the thing is, those are probably actually from the game, though, right?
Yeah. This Domain set is from the game. Yes, correct. That is the thing.
I also don't like Mahjong in Final Fantasy 14. That's the problem here.
Me either. Oh wait, I wasn't calling. Shit. Never mind. I will simply
You broke
not
your own
this.
rules.
Damn.
Oh no, it's a Jover.
It's
I
all
will
Jover.
simply. To be fair, this hand also is a mess, so I can simply decide not to win with it. Which sucks, because if you look at my hand, you'll understand exactly why my brain did that.
Oh shit.
I'm not gonna call. I will sit in 3010 for my crimes. 3010 means that I intentionally passed up a way to win.
Okay, gotcha.
And since you can see my hand, for anybody who really can understand this game, I could have won on 3, 4, 5, and this would be a monstrous hand to win on. But since I ignored my own rules, I am paying penance. I also would have won
down
there.
in points. What?
I also would have won there.
Am I supposed to want to go down in points?
Yes, when you declare Ricci, it bets 1,000.
Okay. That's
So,
like, wait a second.
yeah, the stick you put out there, that white stick with a dot on it, is a 1,000-point stick.
Okay. And that's basically saying this is my bet right here.
Right.
Yeah, you're betting that you're gonna get the tile you need.
And the game's just automatically doing it for me at this point. It's
Exactly.
Yep, it's saying like I'm not going to
Oh my god, why is the music
I'm gonna
so
discard what I draw unless it's the winning tile, essentially.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
So the concept of reach is that you're betting that you're not allowed to change your hand because you're one away, and that one away will get you more points and guarantee that you can have a hand shape if you draw it or if someone plays it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so if someone discards the tile, it'll say Ron, and if you draw the tile, it'll say Sumo, and those you would want to click because that's how you win.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this to be fancy, but like ignore that.
Okay.
It doesn't actually change
Another
the
person
composition of
breaking the
hand very
rules.
much.
As long
That
as
was
we're
explained later, but it doesn't break any of the learning stuff. So
Yeah.
we're
For my 10 pie of having 3 separate ways that I could have won.
what just happened? Okay, so you won.
So we ran out of tiles in the center.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you see that X69 in the center? That's how many tiles are on the wall, or like the tiles that we're drawing from. Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
It just doesn't render the wall
That's right,
because
for that.
it would take up a lot of space.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
All right, let's go toss that.
Let's toss that one.
But yeah, hey, do you kind of have the gist of like what you're kind of trying to do, but in the most simplified version of this game state?
Yeah, somebody did tell me that it's a lot like Rummy, and I'm actually very much seeing that now.
Yeah. If you know how to play Rummy, you will have a lot of leg up on having initial understanding of the game. The biggest difference is that there's a lot more going on in this game than there is in Rummy.
Yeah.
Like, as I mentioned, like I sent you a cheat sheet with the basic hand shapes that are valid. All of those are valid versus just go out in a game that matters. And also, people's discards mean things. We're kind of ignoring a lot of that right now, just to make the game go forward.
Yep.
I believe in your ability to choose whether or not you want to break the rule.
Me?
But yeah, what's funny is like in a simplified game state like this, there's almost no reason to keep honor tiles, just because, I mean, unless you already have 2 of them, just because you don't gain anything from having them at this point. Honor tiles being wins or dragons, otherwise known as the red, white, and green.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because there's 2 ways you can make suits make shapes, and only one way that honor tiles can. That being said, honor tiles do have more value whenever it comes to actually points counting, and they do have more value when you open your hand.
Quick question. I have 2 white tiles, just blank.
Right.
So just throw those away.
I mean, if you had kept, so there's 4 total. Yeah, you could have kept both of those and looked for a 3rd one.
Okay, gotcha.
That is a fairly valuable tile to have. Okay. I would have tossed the North Wind, for example, first.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if that was intentional or not.
I wasn't paying attention, I'll be honest. I was playing Fate Grand Order.
Okay,
I love watching that. When girls play directly. When girls at an open table, where you can see the Richis play directly in the hands anyway. If you're
Corvia's just like, it's a learning experience right now. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm just going easy. It's not that I don't. It's not that I'm bad at Mahjong or anything.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Does this do the thing too, where it highlights the tiles that are dangerous, or does it not do that?
No, it doesn't do that.
Okay.
Isn't it only in 14? Isn't it only in 14? Mahjong?
No, spectating in Maj Soul does that. It'll show you.
Oh, if you're spectating itself, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not with
Not if you're a player, though, even with
not if you're a player, because you're not supposed to be able to see the other hands. That doesn't make any sense.
Wait, but if they have this feature, why do they still not let you declare open Reachy? That's kind of upsetting. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to bully people.
Because Open Reachy is a local Yaku, and there are times where they do have local Yaku that they add, including Open Reachy.
But only for events, which is really disappointing.
It's a stupid call.
No, it's not. It's hilarious and fun.
For reference, for people who don't know what Open Reachy is, so when you declare Reachy, you can't change your hand shape. So you're locked into a particular thing you're waiting for in your hand, like you're declaring that you're 1 away and you're looking for a 2 or a 5, for example. But no one can see this, so they have to intuit it from your discards. And Open Reachy is when you lay down your hand and say, "This is my weight. Go for please feel free to dodge it and not have to worry about discarding things, potentially for an extra point, maybe." This is not funny. This is not a normal rule in any sense.
But it's funny.
You can tell whenever people have specifically watched Akagi, and that's about it.
Well, I mean,
Uh-huh.
my local mahjong. I mean, I have seen Akagi, and that bit goes hard in Akagi, but also my local mahjong community. We do open a lot because it's funny.
You do open. You must live in a very cursed place where people
Yes.
are willing to admit both admit and allow, and then also do open Ricci because of the humor of hoping for drawing the tile because no one's going to play into it.
Well, yeah, but it's fun.
Would you want me to see if I can add that local Yaku to the next time if I can? Would that make you feel better?
The next time we do drunk mahjong, I think perhaps we should try to see if we can do open Ricci.
God.
Okay, so I think I'm understanding what pawn
sorry,
is. Pawn is like somebody just put it down, I want to pick it up, and then I discard right after. Is that what's happening
Right,
there?
exactly.
Okay.
So the downsides of pawn are, so pawn is whenever you have two of a kind and you can make a triplet, basically. You're pawning it, or you're, I'm not going to translate it, but you're basically saying that you are grabbing it. That has a couple of side effects that after this game we will talk about and go through. But let's get through this one first.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I noticed with the green dragons that it came up. Obviously, I have two of them, and I see the two on there now. So those are gone, basically. So now I can just get rid of those.
Yeah, or you could keep them as your pair.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing as a pair.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you have to have 4 sets of 3 and a pair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the thing about pawn, and since you brought it up, I might as well say the thing. When you open your hand, you can no longer declare Ricci because Ricci is a closed only thing. Like your hand has to be closed to allow it to happen.
Okay.
That is not a huge deal.
So okay,
But,
and then she is going into a straight, basically.
right. So chi can only happen against the person on your left. Pawn can happen against anyone. But if you do either of them, then your hand suddenly has to care about those hand shapes on that cheat sheet that I sent you.
Okay.
Because you have to have some form of a valid shape. Fig.
Yeah.
She's just
Show you what
demonstrating.
happens if you
Yeah,
pawn.
That's true. Yeah, you're just demonstrating. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah.
I thought
so-
about doing it because the rules were already broken, but I'm not gonna.
for once being a good burb.
Damn, call them out.
But yeah.
Bruh.
Doing it in 4 tiles. This is a completely normal behavior. Normally, you would not declare Ricci at 4 tiles. That is a complete waste of 1,000 points. You're betting that you're gonna get the tile in 4,
Especially not when we can see what you need.
Uh-huh. But yeah, I will say if you want to add in calling stuff, I'm okay with that. The easiest things to add, and before we start calling things, do we want to do that? I'll ask Riker that because this is kind of his teaching experience here. Do you want to add that in? Or?
Yeah, I think we can add that in because I kind of get Ricci basically. Once I call something, then my Ricci's gone.
Okay.
And then I just have to make other case hands.
Shapes. Exactly.
Okay.
So the easiest ones to remember, or the easiest ones to think of, are the honor or honor sets. Like I have 2 red dragons. If I get a 3rd one, that is a set. For example, the other ones are the table wind. You see like East 2. East therefore counts as 1, and also your seat wind. So you are west right now. You have a W in front of you.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't have any. North does not mean anything for any of those for me, so I'm discarding north.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so basically, I would do the same with North.
Yeah, I mean it's completely pointless.
Yeah. Okay.
It's very common to see initial discards of useless winds right out the gate because what are you going to do with them? And also, if you get stuck with them later, if someone's waiting on it, then it can cause a problem. It could do nothing but bad for you, basically, unless you just happen to have 3.
But
So-
also, if all 4 people discard the same honor tile, it resets the board because that's a rule.
Yeah, but only on the first discard. It's
Yeah,
a
only
friendly,
if it's the first discard.
it's a friendly draw. Because of course it is.
Oh, okay.
Um,
And so you set those aside as well. So you're like, these are set. I'm not touching
Yep.
these anymore.
Exactly. And everyone
Oh,
knows
okay.
that you have a 1, 2, and 3, and you called it off of me because the 1 is pointing in my direction.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which also
Um,
means that your list of hands that you can go for is now severely limited.
Okay, that makes sense now. Okay.
Let's see.
So following up the open Ricci thing, though, pretty much every time I've hung out with that group has also been while people were drinking. And there's one person in particular that I remember dealing into an open Ricci multiple times because he straight up did not have the capacity to pay attention.
Oh, that's incredible. I guess theoretically, if you were playing with a group who does not have any understanding of anything or does not have the brain cells to keep things moving forward for 2 dumb tiles in a row, then open Ricci is just another valid plan? Question mark?
Yeah, pretty much.
I can't even imagine. Like it's like the worst version of the conversation that I was having earlier, where most of the time that I play on for ranked is on streams, and it's really hard to go up in ranked on streams because you have to pay attention. But doing it with the other is just a nightmare. Let's see. Completely normal discards of green because I can see everyone's hands and therefore have no fear in my heart.
True.
No fear in my heart or my lungs.
I have no fear because I'm a dumbass.
I'm looking at all pairs, baby. Let's go.
Oh god.
Oh, jeez.
Oh wait, hold on. Hold on, you are close.
Holy crap.
No. Not the all phase.
There's, if you ever decide to hang around on at least Twitch Mahjong circles, I don't know how big it is on YouTube when it comes to YouTube streams. I don't think I've ever seen YouTube streams with Mahjong, to be honest. But if you ever just want to harass streamers, you just walk in and start telling them to go for all pairs.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
con?
Con is when you have 4 of them, and if you call it, people with closed hands can have another. It basically means that. Okay, so you're calling it that you have 4, but the bigger upshot of it is usually. Do you see on the top left where there's a 1? Or I guess it might be a
Yes.
2. I don't know how yours is currently marked. Is yours marked as a 1 or a 2 right now?
Up in the very top left, the tile?
Yeah, it's a 1. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So currently, you notice how, like, for example, my 2 is shining on my hand, and also with Fig.
Yes.
So that's called a Dora tile. If you happen to have the tile that is 1 above what is on that Dora, on the Dora wall up there, or on the Doras, then it's basically worth another extra point, effectively. If you call con, it flips another 1 on that wall,
Okay.
if that's the thing you wanted to do.
Okay, so I'll do that. Just so I can kind of see that.
Yeah, sure. And then you could, yeah.
Yeah, just get rid of one of these. Okay. I see.
See, and now the 8 that you discarded is also shiny, for example.
I see. And so because I didn't see it beforehand, I accidentally screwed myself on that one. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's intentional. It is house rules as to whether you reveal before you discard. That really is just depends on the table, depends on where you are. Most simulators, most tournament play will discard before reveal. But depending on what house rules you're playing, depending on what table you're playing, especially if you're playing in Japan and with gambling, a lot of gambling houses will reveal before the discard just because it makes everything spicier. And when you're gambling, really what you want is more big number move.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
A lot of Richi rules you'll notice over time are designed to limit RNG in a game that's largely RNG. a lot of the reading of the table, a lot of the discards, a lot of whenever I mentioned foodie 10 earlier. Foodie 10 just means I cannot win off of somebody because I've intentionally discarded or gone around a time whenever I could win off of somebody. Are designed so that you can successfully read the discards and have an idea of what's going on around the table.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh.
What?
What?
This is so sad.
What's happening? What?
Everything's normal. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what? Wait.
You discarded the tile I needed. Thank you.
Wait, I lost all those points because of that? Wait, what?
Yeah. That's how the game be.
Holy shit.
So
you discarded the tile she needed to win.
So the way scoring works in this game, now that it's actually happened once, is so the way scoring works, if you draw your own tile to win, everyone pays a portion. If you are the dealer, then everyone pays a larger share. If you're not the dealer, which is East, the red one, then the dealer pays a larger share, everyone pays a smaller share, but you get the same amount of points. If you call against somebody or Ron, like I just did, instead of Sumo, which is self-draw, then on Ron, you get all the points from that person of the value of the hand.
Oh, God.
And that's what I mean by the hands get very spicy very fast. So introducing more spice and more randomness just makes it even more chaotic.
I see.
So, just so you know, 1s and 9s don't count towards all simples. So, like a hand shape that's really common is all simples and honor tiles. So you want to be careful if you're cheating on 1s and 9s.
Yeah. If you call 1, 2, 3, you basically have to do an outside hand of some shape. You can do an outside hand in honor tiles, but it has to be outside tiles basically. Calling on outside is a very telling thing on a person's calls basically.
Okay,
there are very few hands that make sense with it.
So like what I just did, that's not something that people would normally do.
It's very telling that your hand immediately is going to look like a lot of honor tile calls or looking for outside numbers. So either 1, 1, 1 or 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9 or 9, 9, 9. Or you have something else wild going on your hand that doesn't follow that. It's like a flush or something. But more than likely it means that you're looking for a bunch of outside tiles. Because it's the only hand shape that works whenever that call.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's very much those things that you kind of learn how to immediately read of a person's discards and hands after whenever they do it. Basically, if that makes sense. Like, you can look at the dragon or the green dragons that Corvina discarded, and the information that you gained from that immediately is she wants to go fast. She called something that will accelerate her hand shape at the cost of value. Does it do anything for her hand? It makes for a small hand.
Okay.
Why did I do that? Oh, whatever.
I don't know. Why did you?
It do be like that on occasion.
I was like, oh, it's green, and it's not a useful green.
Oh.
See, I'm never punished though.
Bruh.
I will simply draw my hard reed for a third 8 of bamboo, which I will say openly because everyone can look at my hand anyway.
I think I'm kind of getting it. Hey, Icarus, how are you doing? So is the what are those things called? Oh my god, peacock kind of one bamboo.
Yes.
Okay.
The one of bamboo is indeed a burb.
Okay.
Or if you have my tile set that I got from an event, it's a cat girl in a peacock outfit, but yeah.
I love that.
And if you enjoy curse things, you can go and look at the Domin Mahjong set and realize that it's a one of cactus.
Yeah, I really hate Dome and Mahjong conceptually. It needs to go away.
Which is even worse if you look at the 8 and realize that it's nunchuck, which is weird enough on its own, but it's nunchuck where the chains are attached to the blades. Not the handles of the swords, the blades of the swords. So it's sword chucks with the chain on the wrong side of the sword chuck. I actually I think Goma, I was actively confused as to what on earth it was trying to be, to the point where they were just like, I need someone else to tell me what the hell this tile is supposed to be, because it doesn't mean anything. It could be a 4 with decorations.
Oh wait, it's me. What am I doing? I was like listening. I'm like, who is it?
What are you doing? What is time? What are hands?
Bruh.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god.
With a smaller hand.
I mean, to be fair, I really am just playing it like I'm not seeing your hands, because I don't know like all what I'm looking at when I'm looking at your hands.
Yeah,
so...
for sure. I am doing my best to not like hand peek anybody except for Ezra.
Bruh.
Oh, like you aren't peeking mine.
Okay, I mean that's fair, but like the options available to me, and also I like fighting you with hammers and also psychological warfare.
Yes, but I'm right.
No.
I've missed this awful client. I need to go and, you know what? I can go slap the Steam download button for the marginally less crappy desktop variant. I wonder if it'll actually remember my screen size, so I don't have to randomly have browser source shared on streams, which would be great.
Oh, that's true. It probably will play nicer with OBS.
I was gonna say that it's relatively recent that it existed, but that's probably not actually true, and I probably just haven't like given it half a thought in ages.
Well, I mean, it's only been like a few months, I think, but I guess that depends on what you consider recent.
Wait, which source are you talking about? I'm sorry, I'm trying to think what I'm looking at.
The Mahjong Soul client.
Yeah, for like it was in 2024 that they finally have like a thing you can download to play Mahjong Soul on PC. Before that, it was browser.
Yeah, which I'm using that, and I have to use a window capture for it.
Oh, gross. So it actually does just open your browser in a shell then. That's funny.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, it's probably just doing, it's probably just an Electron app. But even it still being that is less resources wasted than like all of your browser extensions dumped on a single window.
I think you're right on that, firstly, because I know you have Twitter login on the browser, but you don't have it in the actual app. So
yeah.
I mean, that just kind of seems arbitrary, but I don't know what Twitter's
It's because
doing
of
with their
Twitter's
API anymore.
yeah, that's what I'm saying is their API, they're trying to close it off from outside clients. So that's why it would be that way.
Client bad.
I'm really trying to think what I'm looking at.
What are you looking at? Please tell me. Please describe your hand.
Frixie.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it just as much as me, and I'm confused. So I don't know if you're any less confused at what I'm looking at.
I'm here to help. Please describe your hand in detail.
The joke works when they're not visible.
yeah, exactly.
Are you sure it doesn't doubly work here? And if my actual,
it kind of does.
If the joke is that your brain doesn't work, then perhaps.
I think the joke was intentional confusion, which I think I managed to. Managed to land.
I mean, you did deal psychological damage to me, so I guess it kind of worked.
And that generally is what I aim for. So.
All right, valid.
God, Chinya is back in my subconscious.
Skill issue.
Oh yeah, this is absolutely just an Electron app. 100%.
This is without a doubt.
An Electron app that requires 2.2 gigabytes.
What the fuck?
This is.
I think it's because they have all of the animations on the mobile version. Yeah, I know. I'm pretending that I don't know anything here.
Oh, okay.
Enjoy Europod 2.
Thanks.
So, yeah, large hand, but also Ipatsu just means that we didn't go all the way around before the call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just get an extra one for that, so more points.
Yeah. Let's see.
All right, time to be a good burb and not hand peek.
Doing your best.
I mean, the option's there.
The option is there, but the only hand you're supposed to be looking at is the Riker 191.
You're not wrong.
Only if they ask for help too. Actually, I feel like we should be looking at Corvina. She's gotten off with a little bit too little bad things happening to her. We need to
I don't know what I'm doing, but that's like
I
the
mean,
worst
she's in
option
third
to
place
look at.
though. So I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
True.
I'm really good at 3-player Mahjong.
And this is what I was talking about with you, Riker. This is exactly what I was going to say. She was going to say.
Frixie was literally saying that before anyone joined the call.
A 3-player was going to come up, and I need to protect Riker from bad versions of Mahjong.
3-player is so much better than 4-player.
No, 3-player goes incredibly hard, but only if you don't care about anything.
Yeah, if your goal is to play the game with maximum amounts of RNG and be able to just ride chaos and not actually be able to understand the game, then 3-player is a-okay.
I think drunk 3-player would go extra hard.
It kind of would, actually.
That just sounds nightmarish.
Yeah, but like also really funny.
You're not wrong. I love whenever I play 3-player in person and at the table. I get to turn around and be like, all right, everyone, which suit do we hate the least today? Or sorry, hate the most. Which ones do we actually like? Because in 3-player, you pick a suit. Usually it's characters, but it can be any of them theoretically. And you remove everything out of it except for 1 and 9.
Thank you for the follow, Metabolic. Wait, what the fuck is happening over at Corvina's?
Yeah, she's calling things, but the rest of her hand is not really conducive to it yet, so I'm not too worried. Although Although yes, I would if it were me and we were playing at a table, I would be highly recommending to be hesitant about throwing away character tiles if I wasn't peeking at her discards and if I hadn't already thrown away a 9, knowing that 9 is probably safe. If you see 9 on the right,
flush.
like for example, if you look at my discards, I've had a 9 thrown away. Ezra threw away a 9. It's probably relatively safe to throw away the third 9. If she's waiting for a 9 and there's one left on the table and that's the one she's looking for, then all the more power to her. But there's a reason why when you like mouse over a tile or something, you can see how many have already been discarded on the center, for example.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
The more of a tile has hit the table, the less likely people are looking for it, because why would they be looking for a less likely to draw or see tile to drop?
And also, if someone's discarded a tile, they can't steal it from you for the win, because that's a rule.
Exactly.
So you can be sure that that tile will not be called by them, but that doesn't mean that other people won't call it and ruin your day.
Exactly.
And shit in your soup and pee in your mouth.
Thank you for understanding.
Yeah. That was a lot there. But
I mean,
that is what happens when you lose at Mahjong.
It is correct, yeah.
I
Like I can't argue.
I gotta learn how to win. Wait, is that why you signed me up for this? No.
So to elaborate on that, like if you look over at Fig's tiles, she cannot call East, she cannot call 2, and she cannot win off of 4 off of anyone. Not that those weights would make any sense for her, because there's only one left of all of those, and everything she's looking for is triplets. But those are things that it could not be. Once again, this is me playing off tiles. I'm just talking. Bye-bye, number.
Haha, 6-9, nice. We did
Nice.
We did it.
All right, nobody attacked Corvina. Nobody let Corvina win.
Yeah, Corvina is now locked in. We need to get the next person.
Exactly 10,000 points away from me, and I'm good.
So as an example, just mentioning it, North, for example, for you right now would be a good thing to look for if you wanted to play a fast hand. Remember, again, if you open your hand, it's going to be worth less, but you could also keep them and try to draw it as well, if as well as waiting for someone to discard it. But North, because you are North, would be a valid thing to look for, and also people are likely to discard it because no one else cares about North but you. Gotcha.
And so once I open my hand, though, it's completely useless to keep them. Is that what you said?
No. It's always North will always be worth points to you.
Oh, okay.
And that counts as points. So the moment you opened your hand with it, you could win with anything. You could start calling whatever the hell you wanted.
Okay.
You have to have a valid hand shape, and 3 North is a valid hand shape for you.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Like the biggest thing to understand is that the reason why I teach Ricci first is because Ricci is a valid hand shape, and it will always be a valid hand shape.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense on that one.
Yeah. Like your hand can be anything you want, so long as you toss down the stick. The tossing down the stick is the Yaku, which just means hand shape. Tossing on the stick is a hand shape in itself.
Okay.
And it's the easiest way to get a person started. Then you start adding in open calls and things like that afterwards, after a game or two, depending on how fast people are picking things up. And just pointing it out, just so you know, and I think I've mentioned it before, but it does become kind of increasingly important later, and a lot of people dismiss it. Like if you look at the discards or the calls rather, like from Corvina over there, you see how she has those 3 5s, and the 5 is and the turn 5 is pointing towards Ezra.
Yeah.
That one that just means that Ezra is the one that discarded that.
Okay.
And that does matter for some things.
Yeah, like I know that Ezra discarded it, so basically keep it in mind that Ezra discarded it. Same kind of concept as the rest. Okay.
Right, exactly. And Fig discarded a 7, therefore it would be in her discards, but it's not in her discards. That also matters for things like whenever we mentioned discarding to go out. Those tiles count as part of your discard pile.
Okay.
Like you can't win off of something you've discarded, basically, unless you draw the thing that you've discarded, because that becomes a different definition of it. But that doesn't really matter.
Gotcha. Okay.
When are you going to watch Saki? Maybe I should just force you to watch Saki. Maybe that's the answer.
Maybe.
You forced me to watch Love Live. It's basically about the same quality.
That is true. You still haven't watched Love Live Sunshine though, so your opinion isn't really valid.
Okay, well you haven't watched Saki Regionals.
Sunshine's the same as Love Live, but just on the beach. I'ma say it.
No, it's not.
It kind of is.
Thank you, Ezra.
It kind of is though.
It has Yohane in it though.
I feel exonerated, and it's being scooched down a couple of tiers from this. Thank you.
However, I am cool to buy a lot of soju and then just sit in the hotel room at Off Kai and watch Saki. That sounds like a good time.
Completely normal actions.
Yeah, just normal activity. Team bonding exercise.
God. The show that every single time I watch it with people, I mention to them that originally it was published in a manga meant for boys, and there is not a single bit of like, there isn't a single thing in it that is not just ridiculous amounts of Yuri and in homoeroticism all the way down, constantly, the entire thing.
To be fair, that's most Shonen Jump things with any women in them.
No, this is only women. There's one guy, and he's the throwaway character.
What was the one show that I was trying to watch with my ex that was very much like Think for the Fallen Null. It was like very much lesbian coded until like episode 5. I think it was it wasn't Valkyrie Drive. It was because that's the one that's very much lesbian. I can't remember what it was, but like just all of a sudden she fell down into an island out of her mech, and then there's just a guy on that island. He's the only person on that island, and they fall in love that episode. And it's just like, what? Like it just straight up took a complete left turn. I was just like, okay, let's watch something else, because that just did not make sense at all. I kind of want to remember what show it is just so people can avoid it, because it was just like, what is happening? I was only 10 or 12 episodes long, and I was just like, yeah, let's still not watch that.
Watching completely normal things that eventually go off the rails as it goes.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, okay, it was interesting story, but it wasn't like good in the first place, and then all of a sudden, oh hey, let's just take a completely left turn.
Love it. A+ is exactly how it should be. I think after this game I'm going to swap to the Windows client because I am very curious.
For me, it's less laggy.
It sounds like you could justify it because she did fall out of her mech onto an island and got brain damage, and that would be the only reason to be.
That's true.
If you had brain damage, so
yeah, the Windows client is great and all so far. No, they didn't even explain it that way. It was just like he was so like enthused with her, and then it was like halfway through the episode, she went from being extremely angry at him to and calling him like a pervert and all that, to all of a sudden she just absolutely loves him, and was like, wait, what?
Oh, I mean that could be brain damage. It could have just taken a while to manifest.
I will warn you on that call you just did, because I can also see your hand. You have a lot of both inside and outside tiles, so to speak.
Yeah.
You're gonna probably have to move away from all of those outside tiles, like the 1, 2, 3, to make that hand work in any way whatsoever. So if you actually want to be able to complete your hand for that call, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So kind of get rid of that.
Also, something that like will come up whenever we're actually playing with close hand and things. I just drew this 5 of bamboo. The closer it is to the center of the numbers, the more likely someone needs it. Just as a general rule, just because of how the odds of the tiles drawing happens the same way whenever you roll dice. You roll 7 more than anything else. And if it's red, it's even more scary because that means that it's worth extra points. So I might just hang on to it, and it might just be my new friend that makes this hand forever pointless.
Wait, so why is Corvina's tiles like that?
If you call con, but all 4 of the tiles are in your hand, you can call a closed con, which means that you haven't opened your hand, but you're still calling con. You're saying you have 4 of them.
Oh, so you show it like that.
Right, exactly. Her hand is still closed, basically. That's what it's saying.
Gotcha.
And also, if you're a Kagi from a Kagi, you can do a lot of fun things with that.
Yes, that's true. You can cheat all day long when, and in front of Yakuza in broad daylight, in front of like 3 cops, and have everything.
Very smart idea.
And have everything. And have everything work out because there's cops there. And what the fuck are the Yakuza going to do while you're protected by the cops?
Sure.
In the end, realistically, the actual answer is that Akagi is actually just like awful because he depended on the cops, like just bootlicking behavior all the way down.
Yeah, that's actually valid. That's a good point.
Yeah. In the end, like the entirety of the show is about the cops taking advantage of a high schooler.
Yeah.
Literally Chiefs in chapter 2. You're MC. What?
Oh yeah, the entire show is just about a Kagi being really good at cheating at gambling.
Huh. Well, fuck me sideways, I guess.
That's how Mahjong goes.
Just someone throws down one random one and it's gone.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to do all those things that Ezra mentioned earlier. I'm scared.
Oh, weird.
Don't worry about it. Look. If you translate them away from burb, it's just kind of like just apologizing on your hands and knees, and then it just kind of ends there. The rest of it is just kind of like burb talk, you know.
Well, it also kind of depends on who you're playing against, because if you're in a Kagi's position, it usually means you lose at least 1 limb.
Or your blood, just
just like generally.
The concept of your blood.
The concept of my blood. That's even scarier that you put it that way than just blood.
Look. Occasionally you bet your blood and you decide to supplement it as it goes away because you're losing with energy drink, and that's really how life is. You lose the concept of blood over time, and you swap it off for energy drink as you go.
You just hooked up to an IV that blasts the full contents of 1 monster into your bloodstream every time you lose.
Genuinely, not even joking. This is genuinely like an entire arc of the show.
Yes.
This isn't even like, this is hardly stretching the truth of the show.
It does sound like a shit post, but that's basically what happened.
All right. Okay, what am I looking at again?
Although if you want to get even further into shitpost territory, there's Legend of Koizumi. That's a fun one.
Yeah, that's true.
What?
I believe in your ability to discard.
My brain is just so rattled after all that.
It's like I could explain the whole situation, but explaining it A wouldn't help, and B would just like make watching it even weirder. So I think I'll just simply leave it and let it happen organically, and then you'll be accepting about it until you're forced to watch it again and think about it for 3 seconds.
You know what? Here's my counter. Let me explain the lore of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth to you really quick.
Oh, that's just not. I mean, you just can't. That ending was one of the most fumbled bags I've ever witnessed in video game history.
It's a Nomura ending. What do you expect? They're all like that. Have you ever played Kingdom Hearts?
I know. I hate Kingdom Hearts. I should have realized this before I decided to commit myself to the remakes, but here we are.
Welcome to Nomura writing, in which excellent, incredible character writer does not understand that characters need to go into stories coherently.
Yeah.
All right.
Genuinely 90% of why Kingdom Hearts 3 took so long to come out was just trying to come up with any coherent way to make all the fumbles up to that point make sense.
Genuinely, right here, I can see that Frixie has all the Souths.
Yeah.
And I have the South. Okay. And I have 2 3s with the circles, and then the 5 circle 6 7. And then 2 9s with the characters. Like I'm kind of confused what I should do on this kind of thing.
It's also South. Like, even if I was to call it, it's not late enough that. All right, so a distinction. Me calling it does not mean you lose the points. It only matters if I win off of that call.
Thank you for the follow point.
So you want to discard. So you want to discard dangerous tiles early on if you can, before it will come back to bite you.
Okay, gotcha. So, like this, get rid of that. Because, like, at this point, I kind of just need a 4, right? Or an 8.
If you were, the next time you discard, it will actually tell you what you need left in your hand.
Oh, I see. Oh, it actually tells me.
You need a 3 or a 9.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you have both of those pairs. And yeah, Koizumi is. I've never read Koizumi, but anytime I have been referenced it and looked it up, I decided immediately that I wasn't going to go look into whatever the heck I was looking into.
Yeah. Also, yeah. That being a plot point. I mean, that's it gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on in that show. But basically, the concept is every political dispute is solved with Mahjong, and also there's a lot of absurd Mahjong cheating, like Kim Jong-un. Like actually, I think they call him the general or something. But
that would make sense.
He rubs any tile such that it becomes a white dragon because he just rubs it down past the engraving.
You know, honestly, respectable.
It's pretty good.
Jesus Christ. What?
It's one of those shows that, like, I have been putting off for ages, just because anytime I look into it, my brain just goes, this is something that I don't know if I can consume and maintain any amount of sanity for the next hour. But, you know.
Yeah.
That was definitely not something that I would ever hear.
That description is not quite. Every Mahjong anime is utterly ridiculous. Like I call Saki the magical girl lesbian Mahjong anime for a reason. And by magical girl, I mean every single one of the girls has some kind of magical ability to do bullshit with tiles. And when I say bullshit, I mean some of the powers are extremely bullshit. Like, yes. Like a guaranteed ability to win if you ever con ever.
Which, you know, if you're wondering if it makes no sense, yeah, because that you're just saying that's the rule now, and everyone's like, okay.
Yeah, it genuinely people just adopt at the table that people have these legacies behind their gameplay. Like, never let the main character ever have a con because she will win off of the tile that she draws from the con. Because she's really, really nice in the meadow, and her Yuri spirit is just that powerful, and that's just the whole thing.
I'm getting so much more and more lost every second. Like, I was already confused starting with Mahjong, but now
the problem with Mahjong is if you have a piece of media revolving around Mahjong and you want to make it entertaining, you have to add in some kind of absurd bullshit, because otherwise it's just people playing Mahjong.
Of course. So, question about this. So,
sure.
obviously I can go 1, 2, 3, but I have the 4 and the 5 on this. Would it do all 5 of those, or?
No, it would leave the 4 and 5 in your hand.
Okay, gotcha. And so is it more beneficial for me just keep those 4 that I already have and not cheat at this point, or?
So here's the thing. You're very far behind in points.
Yeah.
If you were to open your hand, your best chance to be able to have a successful hand after that is to call white dragons.
Okay.
Which you can do, but this makes a very small scoring hand. In general, a closed hand, a hand that hasn't been called on anything, with exceptions, is going to be worth more. So if you're trying to catch up, you probably don't want to call things and want to leave it to chance more of drawing your tiles.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
that makes sense.
in general, what you'll see is those who are winning are going to be calling things and wanting the game to expedite and speed up so they can keep the game going. Or sorry, end the game quickly while they're ahead, and those who are behind are going to want to go for a little bit more risk to be able to catch up.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's not always the case, but most of the time that's the case.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Noel, for that as well. And I did just see your message, Noel. Never heard of Koizumi until now, so I checked the Wikipedia page and seeing the words "the Nazis still alive, who settled on the moon," may be the biggest whiplash I've seen in a while.
Yep. And this is a description for, and I cannot stress this enough, a Mahjong anime.
Yep.
Well, manga, but it also has an anime.
That's so wild.
Completely normal.
Jeez.
And yet, also, if you are a dealer and you are east, if you were to do quick hands, and you can keep winning so long as you're winning while you're the dealer in east. So going for a quick hand is not necessarily a bad thing for you, assuming you want to keep going with that. But yeah, this reach also has a higher chance of getting you a lot more points.
Gotcha.
Me playing it as if I don't see anything.
I think that's fair. Like, just because.
I am doing my best to be as reasonable as possible.
I appreciate that, because I'm still learning and all that, and it helps having these open so that way it can be explained. And like, I'm peeking at other people's stuff, but it's like, okay, I'm trying to understand by looking.
Right, you don't necessarily have any clue what the hell you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. So if I'm looking at this right, I basically need a 5 or an 8 of bamboo?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And I'm discarding all these red dragons because I know full well I've discarded one earlier and you discarded one, and things are relatively safe on those.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I've discarded an 8 while you were in. Also, another downside of Ricci, and I'm going to mention it right now just because this has gone long enough. You see how you marked where Ricci was, where you discarded Ricci? Unless you're intentionally trying to do some chicanery, which doesn't really make any sense to do here anyway. Every tile discarded after you discarded that is a safe tile for anyone to discard.
That makes sense.
Because you've already said that you can't win off of it because you didn't call when someone else played it, or you discarded it while it was going around. Mm-hmm. So I drew the 6. Ezra has played a 6, as has Corvina over there. I can play that 6 knowing full well that it's safe to discard.
Okay, I see.
And the game continues because you were in East and you win.
Nice.
For also reference, it says South 4 in there. There are 4 rounds per win. There's 2 wins. So this is the very last game, or the very last round of the game.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, after you stop being dealer, the game is over.
Okay, gotcha.
So if you're staging a comeback, this is the time to do it.
Hmm.
But yeah, so so as Noel said, you absolutely have every impetus to want to continue winning from now on.
Yeah,
Whether it's last hands or yeah, exactly.
That makes perfect sense on that one. Yeah.
And yeah, the Manifesting Miracles is like every gambling anime though. If you've ever watched Kaiji, which you don't need to watch, or which you don't need to know Mahjong for once. Utter nonsense all the time. All these are just utter nonsense all the time.
But that's how you have to. I feel like I said it for Mahjong, but any gambling, you kind of have to do that to make it interesting, because otherwise it's just watching people play gambling games. And it's like Kakegurui, if it was just the games, would be possibly the worst thing of all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotcha. I kind of like that show.
Well, yeah, but you wouldn't if they didn't cheat all the time.
Yeah, that's so true. True, G. True, G.
Actually, I feel like given the context of the full series, I think it would be really funny to watch a version of that was just like they play the games with no internal monologue or any drama.
I was just thinking that too. It's kind of like any like card or tabletop game. Basically, no internal dialogue. You just look at the characters like, what are they doing? like.
Yeah, because like in like the real world in those, the things are usually over in like 3 minutes. It'd be really funny to see it cut down to just the parts where they're playing the game.
God, especially if you cut out all the thinking in between and you just cut down the tile playing. You just cut down to anything else. I don't know if y'all have ever watched like actual professional Mahjong restreams and commentary on YouTube and stuff, but it is wild watching people attempt to like dissect hands where half the time the commentators who are like doing the YouTube show just don't quite know enough to be able to really say much. And it's simultaneously this weird case where I appreciate the color commentary and the assistance for people who don't know what's going on, but I wish they didn't. I guess.
Okay, that finally happened. I don't think we had a single sumo until that moment.
I was about to ask, what the hell is that?
That's if you draw the tile, you win.
Yeah, sumo is self-draw.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Ron is off of someone else. Sumo is self-draw.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, I'm going to be right back after I log into the other client.
Of course, of course.
Let's
I think
see.
it will
How
close
does
the
this work?
room too because you were.
Yeah, I have no idea if it'll actually close the.
It made me leader, but I left. So
Yeah, I had
now
to leave.
Probably later.
Incredible. I loaded the client and then it had more things to download. It's a good thing I have an internet connection, which is instant.
Oh, during a sumo, the dealer loses the lion's share of the points. Okay, good enough.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I was mentioning it earlier, but there was no context.
Yeah,
whenever
it's kind of hard to remember when it's like it's not happening right then.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, there's always a pool. There's always a pot of points that a hand is worth. And the amount that it's split depends on if the winner is dealer or non-dealer.
That makes sense.
If the dealer wins, it's worth more, basically. But the flip side of that is if the dealer loses, either through sumo or through on, they have to pay more.
Gotcha.
Or sorry, in sumo they have to pay more. But yeah, I think it's also in Ron theoretically. Anyway,
Okay. I'm testing my quiz knowledge now. Which child cannot appear in the beginner friendly Yaku all simples? Well, I have no idea on that one.
Really?
Because it's one of the number ones, right? Because
we've mentioned what simples meant, right, a couple of times.
You did, but there's so much.
It means suits. It means suits. So which thing cannot be?
Cannot. I read it as can. I read it as can.
Cannot.
My bad.
Yeah.
I was like, but it's those two right there. Okay.
Come on, you silly thing. You can send me the
door indicator is 6. The door tile is 7. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I didn't push I didn't push the send me a verification code button, and I was wondering why I never sent me the verification code.
Is this one. Nice. Hey, I completed 3 quizzes and got it. Correct dealer gets the 50% increase in points.
You got
on
one
a run
cookie.
as well. Oh,
You can now feed a cat a cookie.
I got 3 cookies.
What's funny is I do scoring in person. Like I do actually play in person more often than I play on online by a wide margin. I just have to like I just have to brain think through it every single time for some reason. All right, let's fix this to be actual tiles that make sense. Double tap is what we want in life. Everything else is normal, and I probably want a larger. There we go. Can I just stretch it? Yeah, okay, I can just stretch it to make it a custom resolution. No, I can't. It has to be square. Whatever.
Bruh.
It's fine.
That's so obnoxious.
At least it's the 4x3 without the weird borders that's forced on the web browser version, which I'm okay with. All right, there we go. I'm cool with that. Let's go to friendlies and this is smoother. What the hell?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a lot smoother.
All right, this is way smoother. I'm gonna not turn on show all hands this time for funsies.
Okay, I think that's fair. And then if I have an actual question, then I'll either describe it or you can look at the stream.
Yeah, I'm still going to leave it at 300 plus 0 just to get more time. If you're playing ranked or anywhere else, it'll be each round is 5 plus 20, which is you get 5 seconds to make a decision and 20 extra pulled seconds, which seems like not that much, but you get very used to it going that fast.
Gotcha. Oh my gosh, she's cute.
Oh, the gacha in this game is hell. I'm warning you now.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that already. I mean, I just saw the girl from Kakegurui. I'm like, oh yeah. Wait, yeah.
It's super free to play unfriendly and also means nothing, so you're better off not engaging with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually the most free to play friendly possible in that it doesn't make any hill beans difference whatsoever.
It's literally cosmetic, huh? That's it. That's good.
It's all cosmetic all the time.
Nearly impossible to get anything as a free-to-play play.
Oh, exactly. God. Yeah, but the flip side is that your summons are extremely sparse.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's anything else I haven't turned on for my piles of stuff. I think I've got everything turned on now. I'm gonna turn off the base one of these. There we go. And all that's on. Cool. A+.
Stuff I do have is free to play. I think the only time I've spent money on the game was the one time that I bought stuff to change my name before debuting as Ezra.
That makes sense. I have definitely spent enough money to be in the cat food section of the of the titles, and if anyone in chat knows how much money that is, you don't have to call me out. I'm calling myself out enough.
No, I think perhaps we should actually. I think maybe you deserve to get shit for that one.
Yeah. And yeah, that is true. You can you do get 5 free summons per month if you go and do the thing at once every single time. Oh wow, the proportions are different. Like the tile size is slightly different. Can I change that? That's weird.
I'll show you later. Okay.
I don't think you can. Oh, that's weird.
Well, I mean, they're forcing you to be in 4x3, aren't they? It kind of makes sense.
Well, I mean, the 4x3 is normal, but the Like the tiles are smaller. It feels like. From the
I don't know what you
resolution.
mean normal. The browser version is not in 4x3.
I think it's your graphics setting, like how your screen resolution, because I had to change that earlier. Which I'm looking at it again.
Okay, yeah, you're right. If I force it to a 4x3 resolution and then scale it into 16:9, okay, yeah. That makes sense. Okay.
Hopefully that.
So you have to hard pick 4x3 or 16:9 via a resolution choice, and then you can stretch it to whatever arbitrary.
That's absurd.
And then you can pick whatever ratio you want of the 16:9 or the 4x3. But I picked a 4x3 one just off chance whenever I was flicking through them.
That reminded me, I had to change mine because I was like, wait a second. I changed it earlier and I just had to change it again. So that's kind of weird. So might have to keep that in mind too. Because it was.
I love Electron apps.
It literally was like 2560 by 1690, which is a really weird resolution. I've never seen that before.
if I could do ultra wide, I would, because this monitor is extremely wide. I have a very wide screen.
Mine's a normal one. That's why I'm like, that's really weird. Why would it do that?
Yeah, I'm trying to look up what the exact proportions of it are. I don't remember offhand what the ratio is, but it's very silly. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, this is a lot less complicated than Final Fantasy XIV makes it seem.
Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy 14 sucks in terms of like teaching this game, and I hate playing it on that client. I have like my FC loves doing it once a year, and that's a large group thing with it. And I help sponsor it, and I run the tournament, and I enjoy it. But I can't. But anytime I can convince people to play on Mahjong versus playing on the other client, I do every time, because miserable how bad that client is.
It's absolutely miserable.
Yeah, but you could have ended that thought a lot earlier. Final Fantasy 14 is bad. There you go.
All right, I'm kicking you. I'm kicking you out.
No! Oh no!
21:9, that's what it was. It's not quite two screens plastered together, but it's close.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Domin Mahjong set also sucks miserably. Like if you're like, just the font they use is miserable, and anytime I'm teaching in person, I use that set because it's technically Arabic numerals. And my God, the number of times people are like, is this a 3, a 5, or a 7? And I genuinely understand why they can't read numbers. God, I hate that font. And yeah, I've never actually tried playing ranked for any reasonable amount on that client. By the time it came out, like it was another month or two before Mahjong was out, and I was just like, there's no reason for me to touch this. There's no reason for me to play this misery. I would rather just play more Tenhao, which is just another client. Tenhao is far more bearable than the 14 client is on any server. Oh yeah, there's absolutely an actual physical set and an actual physical mat. The mat is nice, and the tiles are actually decent quality, but it uses the Domin Mahjong font on the tiles, and that's down to like the Namazu and the Cactar with the stupid bamboo that has the nunchuck on it. It's miserable. I just realized I turned off all the sound effects, and I probably want those because this just sounds really weird without those on. There we go.
That's valid.
I turn off all of the speaking and all of the background music because I've heard the background music.
Chinya.
I looked it up. I've played well over 1,000 games on this client. I don't need to hear more Chinya. I promise. I promise. I've heard it. I've heard Chinya.
Everybody should say Chinya when they have a G. When they have a Chinya.
Chinya. Kanya.
still holding out for an event mini game where we play soccer with the cat girl as the ball.
What? Okay.
I mean, I'll be honest. Valid.
Yeah, fucking Ichihime can perish.
And what's funny is you can swap off of Ichihime anytime. You're choosing to play Ichihime over.
Yeah, they knew. They gave you 2 default characters because they knew you wouldn't want to stay as Ichihime.
You have a titty hedgehog loving girl, and you're choosing to be the cat girl.
Yeah.
This is Riker's. This is his last stand apparently, and I'm just gonna. I'm running it down.
All right.
I dispute everyone. Usually when I'm streaming, I want my talking to be over that, not be having to hear that while still being able to hear the tiles clack because it sounds nice. But then also I will have any other music ever going.
No, you'll hear Ronya here. Don't worry.
There's only so many hundreds of games you can play of hearing Chinya before you actually just lose every bit of your sanity. The worst part is like when you're in a decently high table and people just are still because so there's waves of like in terms of like player skill where you'll notice that like as you climb the ladder, people care less and less about putting money in, so they'll just mute everything and display it as a client. So if you actually want variety in characters, you kind of want to stick around like adept to expert, because if you go any higher, everyone is just fucking cats.
Yeah.
Because no one cares, and everyone's just muting it all anyway.
Yeah.
I love it.
Miserable.
This says 24K. What? You get to choose?
It's gold. Do you not like gold?
No, I'm just wondering how you can choose. That's wild to me.
It's probably not to it.
Remember how I mentioned there's an endless amount of cosmetics that are all
It's just gold.
Yeah, it's
okay.
24 karat, but it's still only worth.
I thought it was 24,000. It moved you guys. Frixies on. Oh my god.
This is it. Yeah, no, this is absolutely the endless cosmetics of this game. My client looks nothing like yours right now, I assure you.
Yeah.
Here, I'll send a screenshot of mine in Discord just so you can understand what mine looks like, minus my tiles, because you don't get to see that today.
Well, that's fair. Oh yeah, that's completely different.
Yeah, mine's also pretty different. I have an anime girl with an ice cream cone riding a rubber duck.
Yeah.
And again, all of my tiles are cat themed.
Understandable. I just use the default tiles because the other ones drive me nuts. The day you muted her was when you got hit with you'll hear it all day long. Understandable, Noel. Completely understandable.
Also,
Fuck. I was like trying to choose between 2 tiles.
yeah. Is it Noel or Noel? Sorry, I forgot to ask that earlier.
That is a good point, though. The game client does somehow know when you muted Ichihime, and it's able to punish you for it, so be careful.
Okay.
This is making me want to go back to Mahjong streaming, and my own sanity is not prepared for that. I still owe an ASMR Mahjong stream, and I'm still not sure how on earth I'm going to make that work. But
Whispering with rain sounds.
Yeah, y'all ready for the next tile to be dropped?
Bruh.
Here's your south wind you were looking for. Listen for that nice clack. Oh, that's gonna be miserable. Ah!
Alternatively, you could set your mic up and then go to the other side of the room and just pelt tiles at it.
That's true.
That is technically still Mahjong ASMR. Mahjong tiles are involved.
Maybe I'll just I'll hang a 3DO over an actual table, tell everyone to shut the fuck up, and just play a completely normal game where everyone just hears the tiles around in a circle.
ASMR, you eat the tiles.
True.
Oh god. ASMR crunch.
Yeah, exactly.
I was talking with a friend who wants to get into ASMR, but mostly because all she really wants to do is do 3DO recordings. And my response was, in that case, I would just buy a 3DO and have more fun with that, because you'll go insane doing ASMR any length of time. I assure you. I promise you.
Valid.
Hey, Pumpkin, are you awake? My cat's awake, everyone. Say good morning, Pumpkin.
Good morning, Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
I love them.
She ate my wires.
I love them.
She is an evil little thing.
Well, so am I.
Such a
So
bastard.
Well, same.
To be fair, it's endearing. Like, it's an endearing evil, but like,
yeah, exactly.
yeah. She's the kind of creature that whenever her 3 brain cells manage to like find themselves while wandering around the path, something bad's going to happen. Ooh, do I want to do this? No, I don't.
You were about to wreck me? Is that what was about to happen?
Well, I don't have to say anything.
Okay.
I'm not on
a new
record.
person.
It's true. Pumpkin was just being a goofball, and seeing how many times Pumpkin can make Corvina buy another headphone wire.
Yeah.
Honestly, real for that one.
Honestly, it's like at least at 5 at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including like at one point I convinced you to buy headphones that had a detachable cable, and I think that
Yeah,
decision
those are the ones I have right now.
and that has single-handedly saved you how much money in buying new headphones?
Yeah. Genia. Oh.
Genia.
You stop.
Look, I'm here to drop gold. Do you not like gold?
Okay,
I'm
no,
here to...
thank you.
Yeah, that is the actual answer. I was thinking about picking up the one. Thank you for actually explaining it. I should have.
Oh, I pretend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way back there, whenever you wanted the one, I could have absolutely claimed it over you, but I decided not to because I didn't want to have to deal with the consequences of picking it up.
What does no yaku mean?
It means that your hand has no hand shape that's valid. Remember how I was saying that you had to have some kind of valid hand shape, like it has to be dragons or all outside or something. So you need to find some way to make the hand something on that cheat sheet that I gave you. Which is also why we were saying that calling outside tiles means that you're kind of locked into very specific hands and is not generally recommended for a lot of cases.
Gotcha.
But, I mean, you can make it work. Like, you can still like have only outside hands from here or something like that, or only honor tiles, but it is a specific thing that you're locking yourself into.
It's like if I gotcha.
Ooh, I like it.
Damn.
This is fine. Everything's fine. I like having points.
Damn, you just absolutely took everything.
Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Holy crap.
And his ass.
Everything's normal. This is just how this game is sometimes, you know? Yeah, definitely.
Yep, that makes sense to me. I
Do you
know
think they'll let me
nothing
get
else.
a hammer through TSA?
Do what? Say it
Get a
again?
hammer through. Do you think they'll let me get a hammer through TSA?
It's not a knife, so maybe.
That's true. It's a blunt object. I'm planning to use it as a blunt object.
I mean, so is the laptop.
All right, fair.
Yeah, well said there. You have to have something in your hand to make it work.
Right, but a rubber hammer won't inflict enough pain on Frixie for what's happening currently.
I can't believe I'm going to be mysteriously throwing all of your merch out on the street in the next couple of minutes.
You
Well, yeah, but it'll be
everywhere.
everywhere.
Place. It's in my house.
Okay. I see what you're saying, Noel.
Yeah, well, it's not like I don't have access to that. What are you talking about?
This is.
I was going through. The one thing I've learned that TSA has. It never cares about anything like knives and always cares about the most absurd things, like traveling with a coffee grinder. They were convinced that a coffee grinder's burrs were going to be able to do something. And I was just like, what is your proposal for my plan with this coffee grinder? Am I going to dismantle it so the burrs that are like spinning burrs are somehow going to be like damaging knives somewhere or something? What are you trying to say?
I don't know. Maybe it'll be like a Yakuza heat move type gunch, where you figure out a creative way to damage someone with the coffee grinder.
Incredible. And yes, Noel's correct. More than that.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have to have at least one valid hand shape, one Yaku. And honor tiles are a valid one, correct?
Gotcha.
The easiest ones are like all inside, which is like I was saying earlier, all 2 through 8. Ricci, which is why I started with Ricci, or dragons, or your wind, or the table wind.
Okay. Now I gotcha.
Yeah, I could say all those words, but it takes experiencing it for it to make any sense.
Yeah, because like once I hit that dead stop, now it's like, oh, okay, that's what they were talking about earlier.
Right, yeah. I completely understand why you hit that spot and you're like, okay, well, now why this doesn't work? And then suddenly all the things that I said kind of like made sense in retrospect.
Yeah. Let's do this one.
Let's see. Anyone like a south wind? No? Pedaling south winds. And apparently single coins, but not any more than that. I don't have enough points to offer more than one coin.
Have you considered getting more coins?
I would, but you're not giving me points.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
Every bit of points possible.
I meant what I said. What are you talking about?
How much does it require in points for one doubloon? What's the conversion rate here?
At least 5.
At least 5
Wait,
Mahjong points per doubloon.
Should I
That's a lot of doubloons.
do this? Does this make sense, Noel?
I'm
asking Noel. Mostly.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Everyone else being polite and Noel is guiding. I like this. This is a good compromise to being able to not have to screen peep you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a good idea.
Okay, because I was like, I think it's a good idea, but I just wanted to make sure. Because I was like, I see what it's talking about there, but I wanted to make sure I knew what was happening.
I fucking hate this. Okay, cool.
Trash pond.
Love a trash pond. I love your trash pond of Easts. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Don't worry, I worked on the economy. I have 6 coins to give now.
Oh, okay.
I hope this helps.
Bruh.
It did.
Wow.
Nice.
I was trying to pivot on that. I was like,
See, now this is a character arc I can get behind.
Flirting in your Mahjong, Chi? I mean, yeah, we do that sometimes.
Oh my god, what is his hand?
what's throne? What are you talking about, throne? What do you do?
Where the doors.
You win every game of Mahjong every time, as we know.
Yes, completely, totally, 100%.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That is calculated. That
I think
is
I get what you're
historical.
saying there, Noel. Okay, let me look.
I can't believe of anyone. Chi is over here specifically telling me that to lose again. I did nothing wrong.
Well, I mean, no, you keep winning every time.
I didn't. I literally have not won every time.
You know what, let's
Holy
actually
crap.
research it.
Question: Do I sound less? Hang on, my mic is currently way overshot.
You sound fine.
Do I
I didn't
sound?
notice anything
Do I
different.
sound less? I mean, like, can you hear less road noise now, though?
I already couldn't hear any road noise.
It was
Well, that's-
literally barely audible when you were talking before.
Okay.
Like when I mentioned it before, it was barely there anyway.
I realized that I never actually updated my mic from whenever I was doing that collab stream for the Denothon.
You sound crispier now, though.
Yeah, probably. I turned down the gain like 75%, so I looked over at my mic and it was like constantly peaking, and I'm like, why is that always? Oh, that explains why I'm peaking.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, all of my mic settings are tuned into things, and whenever I go and mess with them, I completely forget, because it turns out I don't typically play with my mic settings once I tune them in, because that would be very strange to constantly want to fight with it over and over again.
How about I stop getting those?
This hand is like utter dog shit. I would
And
just
that's
like
when you
to
pivot.
say I'm doing it. I'm doing a meme hand right now.
You should simply pivot.
No, it's too late. I'm
Pivot.
doing a meme hand.
Pivot harder. You can
Um,
always pivot harder.
Pivot, I hardly know it.
Fair
Quay?
enough. Did you say Kauai?
No, I said Quay.
Oh. So do this. Do that.
That is true.
That's absolutely true. I've noticing that already.
Mahjong actually has a built-in desire sensor. It's turned on like a triple ESO for gacha, but it does apply it in all cases. The only case where this is not true is if you are do gacha and then immediately go play, and then the pity sensor will take over the desire sensor, and then you'll win a few games, and then you'll be blamed on the subreddits for being part of the problem of the gacha system causing unfair ratios and luck. Not that any of this is actually true, but this is what you get on the subreddit all the freaking time. So, you know, it is what it is.
Quality. I love Redditors.
People arbitrarily declaring that those who have cat girls that are not have better luck because they spent money.
I mean, that's also factual.
Have never watched a Jade Room game in their lives.
Well, no, I mean, it's just that nobody's figured out the meta is to put money into the gacha, then Jade Room's going to be completely lopsided.
I see. And Celestial is just going to be completely broken. Celestial will only be people who spend thousands a day.
Yep.
Anytime you have a game with bad luck, you have to go into the gacha and spend all the rest of your bad luck in the gacha, and then you can go back in for good luck on the other side.
That's true, that's true.
Grants the Celestial rank. That is very difficult to do on stream. I was talking about that earlier. Like a large part of why I keep going into expert and then falling out is it is ridiculously hard to have a conversation that is conversation about anything else and maintaining like any amount of good coherency and storytelling while also trying to concentrate on the game hard enough to be able to like consistently go up in rank. If you watch people who stream it a lot, they're either like around this point where they're kind of like straddling back and forth, or they don't talk nearly as much and they will be in like higher ranks because they can concentrate at all, period. And there's very little in between. Oh yeah, that's true. Or you can just be Akagi and just win every time. That is true.
Well, yeah, that one gives you the ability to actually just cheat in the client.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm trying to make sense of what I'm looking at right now.
I do appreciate that the big titty girl that Corvina was like last game. Like magical girl power is that she's really good at Tenhao, which is another sim.
This one.
And she's like the best person in the world at specifically playing Mahjong sims. So if she can manage to convince herself that she's playing a Mahjong sim at the table, then she's very hard to beat. And that's the entirety of her magical girl power.
What the fuck?
You can't see the one beside it. It's the same one.
Completely normal conversations going on at the table about Mahjong.
Okay, so I should do one of these two, right? Yeah, okay.
Let's see.
That's what I was thinking, but I want to make sure that it made sense. Because, like, I'm still trying to understand 100%.
There is no understanding. There is only Mahjong.
That's fair.
Also, Ezra has reach, and therefore I have to suddenly care like 17 times more because their discards are worrisome.
Lol, how even? Oh.
What's that?
Well,
Oh my
now you don't
god.
have
I was like, I'm looking at the 7. And
Ezra,
I was,
have you had a reach where you did Nepatsu?
Yeah, I think like the very first one.
oh,
but
either
other than
one that I was going to discard, you would have had it. I had a 3 of bamboo and that 6 of bamboo. Because the other ones I had to keep. It was 2 white dragons, 2 circles, and 3 circles. What are those called? Blossoms or something?
The circles?
Yeah.
They're just certain. You can call them stones, you can call them circles, you can call them pen.
And,
They have lots of different names.
So
Stones,
they have a... Okay.
Yeah. Coins.
Coins. So whatever you want to call them, really, as long as people know what you're talking about.
Yeah. In general, in like in an actual discussion, you'll hear them called pin, and you'll see like whenever there's notation, you'll see like 3p or 4p, meaning 3 pin, 4 pin, whatever.
Okay.
But there's kind of the case where as long as everyone knows what you're talking about, especially if you're speaking, it doesn't really matter. There's a weird, I don't want to say a weird problem, but the fact that this game is Japanese and so much of it is heavily borrowed from Japan without any of the context moving over makes some of the names absolutely inscrutable for just being basic words in Japanese, just literally being a literal word meaning a very basic concept, and instead of saying the concept, it's just fancy name you have to memorize in English because you can.
Gotcha.
Exactly what Noel said. Man, pen, and so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you'll also hear them slightly different in Chinese variants, especially in Hong Kong, which is the other major variant of Mahjong that's not American Mahjong. And American Mahjong calls them entirely different things.
See, I thought this did originate in China.
It
Well, the
did.
concept did, but this version of the game is Japanese.
Right.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh yeah, there's American Mahjong. The American Mahjong is, if you were to play this, but the only valid hands are Yakuman, you do the what the fuck is that stupid dance called?
Charleston.
Yeah, you do the Charleston. I'm not even joking. and the hands change. So it's not that the valid hands changing once a year. That's weird. The valid hands, quote unquote, is just a list of Yakuman, and they mix it up because if you're only playing Yakuman, it gets boring otherwise, because the game doesn't have anything except for Yakuman. If you've ever played the game mode in here, I think it's the Battle of Asura or the Bloody Skirmish. It's one of those two, where you trade 3 tiles to your left, then 3 across, then 3 to the right. That is what the Charleston is. It's just called the Charleston because American Mahjong. Why not just borrow another name? Honestly, the most fun variant to mess around with, and I bring it up whenever this conversation comes up because it's wild to me. There is specifically a variant for that has been popularized and is played by the Australian Navy, and
Interesting.
it is exactly as vulgar as a Navy Mahjong variant should be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and every single one of the tiles has a interesting name,
Oh no.
and most of them are not necessarily safe for a call.
I can only imagine then.
It's worth looking up if you wanna have a good laugh. It is wild that it exists, and it's done that way because it's played on a rocking ship, so there's no actual, like, you see how everything is nice and orderly. You have your everything's out in the front. You can tell who's discarded what, etc. When you're in Australian Naval Mahjong, it's played on a ship, which is rocking, so the tiles are going to be flying all over the place. In general, you have to listen to other people's calls verbally while going vaguely around in a circle, and then win off of those calls as they're going. If you miss your chance to make a call while everyone else is screaming other words, then you just miss out on your chance. So it goes very fast. It's very loose. It's usually played while drunk, and it's just, miserably gay. And it's miserably gay because it's a naval anything.
PvP enabled Mahjong, basically.
There's a lot of cock in it. Down to like half. There's at least 3 or 4 tiles that are just straight up, just some variant of cock, and I'm not even joking.
I can understand that.
No, this version of Mahjong is goated. We need to play it at Off Kai, actually.
Do we?
I think we do. I think you'll find we do.
I see.
Hey guys, remember when I was in second?
Yeah, I do.
You'll love to see it.
Mahjong.
I was in second, yeah, Kawhi, I was.
Truly what happens when you play off hands. The next thing you're going to have to be forced to learn, especially since at this point I'm just kind of playing, at least, and I'm sure Ezra is just kind of playing, is to learn to read tile discards, and like learning how to tell what's safe and not by looking at the tiles and seeing if other people have discarded them or discarded around them, for example. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not really relevant to me here, but I can tell that this 7 of bamboo would be safe because at the very least it's been discarded by Ezra very recently, so no one wanted it last time. Why would they want it this time? Yeah. For example. Yeah. Especially later on in the game when there's a lot of tiles on the table, that can really mean a lot very quickly.
Yep.
You can read a lot about the table. You were saying that this game is a lot like Rummy, and I do agree up to the point where the table is involved, and once the table is involved, it's just amplified way past 11, you know? Yeah.
Well, I said that because that was something that someone in the really, really longathon Discord said a little while ago, and I was like, oh, yeah. Okay, that makes more sense to me now.
Yeah, I mean, it is completely accurate. If people know how to play Rummy, I basically say to treat it like Rummy at the beginning, which is why I also like do closed only and Reachy, which kind of just turns it into Rummy. And then I start expanding on the rules, because theoretically you can play the game without ever doing any calls, and you can always have closed hands, and you can be fine.
Oh,
Like,
so
there's nothing.
whenever you play rummy, do you play gin rummy usually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I usually just play open rummy.
Yeah, I play Gen Rummy.
Uh,
To be fair, the Gen part is a lot more interesting to me than the other part, so you can guess how, like, why this is like very familiar.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
And something like Hong Kong Mahjong is way closer to that kind of rummy than this is even. Like, it's super close. And there's a lot more calls and a lot more speed, I guess, to Hong Kong Mahjong compared to Ricci. I just prefer Ricci from the amount of strategy that kind of implicitly goes along with it, because of the way that it kind of holds the speed and the RNG back a bit. I have a lot of. I'm trying to think of how many variants I've played. I have technically tried to play. I've tried to play Australian Naval Mahjong once. It wasn't great, but it is possible to play.
God damn
I've
it.
played American. I've played Hong Kong. I've played Sichuan. I've obviously played Ricci. Honestly, the easiest one to teach on is Sichuan Mahjong, because it's like the most simplistic game state version of the game ever, and it's really only replayed as a drinking game, which is why you'd want it to be very simple, I'll be honest. Yeah, I mean, with Hong Kong Mahjong, closed hands aren't even a thing, so Foodie 10 rules don't even make any sense. Like, there are explicitly a closed hand or two, but it's a hand shape versus a methodology of the flow. So you trying to translate any Ricci rules into Hong Kong Mahjong is brain melting.
Heard that car that time.
Yeah, not surprised. I'm glad you haven't. I'm glad that's the only one you've heard, and you didn't hear it when it was like 5 times louder. This is actually relatively quiet compared to what it was at the beginning. Yeah, but there's no Foodie 10 reading the table. People who transition from Hong Kong Mahjong to like Ricci really have to get used to putting their tiles in front of them in a space like this that makes sense, because in most Mahjong variants, period, it doesn't really matter who discarded what, so you just kind of throw them all in the center and don't worry about it. There's not any reading of other people's discards to know what safe tiles are or anything like that. There's just, this is the pile of discards in general. This is kind of a reading of the situation. Obviously, that's like, there's quirks and that's not quite the whole truth, but it matters way less than every other variant than this one. This one by far has the most strategy, like, induced parts that are explicitly there to avoid and eliminate RNG.
Yeah.
Hey, Legion.
Me going on and on about Mahjong. You've accidentally wandered into me never shutting up.
Trying to decipher what I'm looking at, because I thought I was doing everything right.
I mean, they're probably tiles. They might be fish by now. That actually is an obscure rule, which if you triggered it and they're all now fish, Noel can probably help you out a bit.
What? Wait, what is this?
That's not at all.
Wait, I can't tell if this is real or not, because there is definitely some Mahjong shit I don't know.
Yes, the fish rule, the rule in which everything turns to fish.
Oh. Okay.
So what do I
Okay,
have to do for that, Noel? Don't look at chat, by the way, you three, because I think this is going to be a little bit telling.
So also, in case, like specifically, if explaining the word tenpai means one away.
Yeah. One away.
Like, just as a translation.
Okay.
It literally just means one away in this case.
Gotcha, because I'm looking at that, I'm like, what? I'm so confused, like, what I'm already missing. Okay, so these two. So literally, I just have to get one more of these ones on the rest, and then I'm good. I mean, since. So I'll just progress because Noel did say that one.
Yeah. The Richi, to go into Richi, you have to be one away, which is called Tenpai.
Gotcha.
Meaning one away. Yeah. Or a ready hand.
So
You-
drop
you may
this one.
also-
Okay.
You may also sometimes hear Richi as ready, because I mean it may as well be that, it might as well be in that in English. It's not quite the same. It's not quite a literal translation,
Yeah.
but it is. I mean, it's literally what it's saying. You're ready. You're one away. Richi literally is just saying to reach, which it's literally a and it's borrowing English for it for some reason. So.
That's weird that that'd be a loan word to them.
Yeah. Well, and in this case, it's not even a loan word. It's just in this particular case, you're reaching for that last tile. You're reaching for that last tile.
Oh, that makes sense what you're saying.
Because when you're doing it in person, when you declare reach, you can no longer influence your hand. You are literally reaching out, picking up the tile, looking at it, and if you win, you call it. Otherwise, you are putting it down immediately.
Gotcha. Wait, so Noel, in these 4 right here, am I just misunderstanding what I'm supposed to do with these? Or I guess, yeah. Because, like, I think all these ones are good, right? And then these 2. That's a mood, Ezra. Oh, all right, I'm learning. Come on. God, I'm getting bullied for learning.
You sat down at the right table for that.
Oh yeah.
Chinya.
Chinya! God. You can turn it off. You can not have heard it for 3 years. It will still haunt your nightmares.
I got okay.
Excuse.
Oh, I see what you're okay.
You know, well, at one point or another, I could tap the back of this audio interface to like temporarily mute my mic, but this does not work anymore, and I keep doing it subconsciously and or out of habit, and it just doesn't do it anymore.
Oh,
And it
no.
makes me sad. I need to come up with some other easy mute method.
I mean, if you smash the mic with a hammer.
I think that would actually be more audible than the sneeze.
Well,
think
yeah,
it's-
until you finish beating the mic with a hammer.
The goal was to not have the mic noise, so I'm trying to avoid the mic noise. Like if you were just to mute it and then smash it and then reopen the mic, that might work, but I would have to
Well-
mute it first.
Well, no, because you could, but then like after you've smashed it, there's no mic to mute, which means there's no longer a problem. See what I'm saying?
I mean, there's a point up to that point. There's a problem up to that point, though. And I'm trying to be polite. I don't mind
No,
smashing the
Discord
mic.
has a mute button. You already went out of the way to grab your hammer. It's not that inconvenient.
Yeah, that's true. Here, you mind if I join?
Yeah, go right ahead.
The weather feels
Fucking
nice.
kidding me?
The water was
I had the perfect all pairs setup, and then I was like, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna get all pairs," and then I pull another pair.
Congratulations.
Call it. This is bullshit.
It's very much chaos tin. I'm learning.
This is a broad moment.
Learning is real.
Oh, really? You can do. Okay, I assumed it would have opened it. That's why I.
Yeah. Remember earlier whenever you were asking about Figs or Corvina's closed con with like the 2 flip down.
I thought. Oh, right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do closed con.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I should have. See, again, until it happens to me, it's a little bit like, okay, I can't remember it all. That makes more sense.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god, trash pun.
I love how you've gone from winning Cheetoy, which is all pairs, to throwing it away to getting a trash pun. Everything is looking up for you over there.
I'm gonna cry.
Can't believe this.
I think I know exactly where the one I need is.
I mean, it's probably. I mean, we're probably sharing each other's weights. Yeah. No, actually not. You have one of my weights, and so did Corvina.
Corvina had the one for me. She had 2 of them. I was like, I know exactly where it's gonna be. I thought Frixie was gonna have it, but nope.
Thank you, Ezra, for handing over some of your hard-earned coins.
I'm gonna get a job at Yostar headquarters, and then I'm going to work my way up to an executive position, and then I'm going to delete Mahjong. So
fair enough, Legion. Oh my gosh.
Highly specific.
It's right though.
I mean, I've been saying I was gonna do that for Final Fantasy 14 for years, but I think Square Enix knows about it, so they won't hire me.
And then the entirety of the existing community pivots over to the slightly worse, but people play it because it's a younger community, Ricci City.
I mean, yeah, that one hasn't caused me to spend a lot of points yet because I haven't played it, so that one's off the hook for now. We can figure that one out once I figure out how to delete Maj Soul.
I don't think you'll have to. I still don't understand why. I think the only reason people play Ricci City is because they search Ricci on Steam and Ricci City comes up.
Oh yeah, I guess because there was no desktop client. So if you just look up like Mahjong, you're either gonna get that and a bunch of H games.
Yeah.
Now you also get Maj Soul.
Maj Soul is not on Steam. I looked.
Oh really?
No, yeah, you have to go to the site.
Although, one of my favorite videos of all time comes from one of said H games, because Miyu and I got curious once and played one.
There's so many good, and I use word good and the most air quotes possible.
Yeah.
Strange, obscure, nonsense mahjong strip poker games because they're always strip poker. It's always strip mahjong.
Yeah, of course.
Every single time. Like it could not always be more of that. Also, yes, what Noel said.
I think this one wasn't strip actually. This one had RPG mechanics, weirdly enough, and also
fancy.
You won the right to get it on with whoever the boss character was at the table.
Remember how I mentioned that there's 2 winds that are relevant to you? The one in front of you, which is west, and the one in the center, which is south.
I got it confused. I thought it was always the dealer one. So that was the one. That's where I got my confusion.
Yeah. No, it's your table. It's the table wind and your seat wind. Also, don't pay any attention to the ordering of the directions. The official reasoning behind how they are laid out is it is the directions as viewed from the heavens. And even that doesn't make any goddamn sense if you think about it. So don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that means. Jesus.
I fucking made a typo and that was it.
Yeah. Absolutely can do that.
Thanks for the gift sub, Kwai. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you 100% could just drop middle tile and do outsides.
Okay, I see. So I'd want to get rid of basically these 3. Is that what we're saying, Noel? Or all 4 of these? Those 4. Okay. So. Oh, that one
Ooh.
took me a minute, Kauai. Oh my god. I was like, I'm not gonna read it out loud because I know Kauai does those tricks.
Oh, it's fine. You can just read it out.
Yeah.
Just read it out.
Pierre Pants.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
It'll be fine.
Piss mentioned.
Piss mention. Let's go. No, on that one. Bingo cards. I mean, technically, I'm gonna be doing a bingo-thon next month. I don't have the time yet, so I haven't really talked about it. But that'll be near Automata bingo-thon. That'll be fun.
I should plan out another Mahjong bingo, only whenever people can drink more.
I mean,
The last time I did that was great, but like two people, me and Goma simply could not drink as much as we deserved.
I mean, we could just do 3-player, and then we don't even have to worry about planning. We just pick a day that 3 of us are free.
But it's fucking 3-player.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
I have rights.
That's a benefit.
I have rights, and one of them is to not touch that shit.
Sure, buddy.
Besides, I'm pretty sure that I'm the one who has the impossible schedule, to be honest.
Okay, real.
All right.
Kyle, I mean,
Jesus Christ.
don't play
I'm glad
Kyle,
you just
I
called
would.
that, so I don't have to be fearful of you calling it again to win. Actually, you've called it twice against Rensriker. Oh, thank you. There we go. I'll ruin all y'all's hopes and dreams.
Got my shit way too late. I actually couldn't have won.
Oh, I thought that just killed me right there. I was so
Yeah.
worried about that.
I'm just watching Ezra build this slow giant hand, and I'm like, ooh, I could be a miserable piece of shit.
Well, yeah, but that's Mahjong.
It is.
Okay, so now that I understand the wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. North indeed has zero relevance to you except for getting it the fuck out of your hand.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, this makes a lot more sense now. Okay.
It could be of the world's most marginal use of being a pair or just happening to be a closed triplet that doesn't do anything for you. It could do this, but like it's not worth like fighting for. It's a really slow wait because you have to find only that one, and there's no like triplets or like straight material in it. And it will almost certainly get discarded early to throw away all those chances in the first place. You'll almost always see a bunch of wins drop immediately on the table out the gate all the time. And honor tiles, because nobody wants to get stuck discarding the honor tiles that other people want.
Thank you for the follow, Kern. Or I have a unique name. Kurt. Curtin. Okay, whatever. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm about to say like I'm reading that as I think I'm gonna go with Curtin. I'm gonna go with
Yeah,
Curtin.
I'm
I'm
gonna
pretty
go
sure I
with
can read
Curtin
that.
because I read it a little bit more and I was like, wait a second. let me just yeah, I think we're
It's like
reading it the same way.
Unreading it. Welcome to the Twitch Mahjong circles. This is the kind of shit you get all the time. It's also great. I miss it. It's so good. Love Twitch Mahjong.
This is literally the most follows I've gotten in a long time in one day.
Yeah, that's Twitch Mahjong.
I love it. This is actually very wholesome. I love it.
It's like by far my favorite Twitch community. It's by a wide margin why I played this game nonstop every week for months and months and months as my mainstream. And I probably will go back to doing so soon. I do miss it, Benny. I just got really burned out from
Fair.
only doing it forever.
It's kind of goofy because Mahjong is one of those pastimes where, like, if you play Mahjong, everyone else who plays Mahjong instantly catches wind of it and you're adopted into the group.
Yeah. Well, that and like the people who don't play Mahjong all look at it as like the most inscrutable, impossible to understand nonsense ever, and you'll just constantly get comments as to like you play that impossible, weird game, and everyone who plays it even marginally is just like, no, it's just Mahjong. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Just Mahjong.
It takes one time sitting down to learn it, and that one time not being trying to figure it out from the fucking 14 tutorial.
Yeah.
There is no good tutorial on Mahjong, and that's like a simulator explanation. The Mahjong one is better, but it's still not great. It's better to either pick it up through osmosis or to have someone spend, 20 minutes going through the basics and then pick it up from there. It's why like whenever there's Mahjong teaching at like cons and things, it's wild how many people just want to pick up the basics, and it's like the method I'm teaching with is just like a very standard way of teaching this game.
Am I misunderstanding this tile right here, Noel?
Is it a fish?
They're all fishes.
Oh, okay, good. You're right then.
Yeah. Like this. Why? You see how these are that? Exactly. That is a valid sequence. Okay. Thank you. So I'm trying to parse out what am I doing wrong.
You're playing Mahjong, and that's probably your first mistake. But
Yeah.
It's true. To be honest, I did come up with this because, like, this plan of playing Mahjong, because I was like, you know what? They did offer.
Yeah. I will always teach.
Oh, thank you, Noel.
Yeah. If it's glowing in any way, whether if it's red or if it's a door tile, like it's the one above the one in the top left-hand corner, then it is worth an extra point, meaning that it's extra dangerous to discard and it's extra valuable to keep. But if you're going to keep it in your hand, you need to figure out a thing to do with it.
Gotcha. Okay, I was confused on the red part. I was like, wait, what?
And discarding danger tiles into 2 reaches is always a fun, great, perfectly normal time. Yes, Ezra?
What?
Yeah, I feel like you're right on that, Noel, and that's why I'm like, I'm pretty sure
okay,
right there.
I was like, are you waiting on an outside for some insane reason? That sounds like something you'd do.
I mean, it'd be funny, but no. I do have a pretty stupid weight, though. I probably should have kept it not reachy, but we're out here.
My reach would have been far better if I had.
I was looking. I was like, this one makes sense.
There are plenty of there is a couple of ways that I could have weighted out my weights, but based on my draw so far, it would not have been improved. So I'm happy. And that would tell a lot of information for anybody who was paying attention.
But I can really do anything about it right now, anyway.
Exactly. That's true. You and I are shaking hands with our left with one hand and using the other hand to flip over a tile and then putting it immediately on the floor.
I feel like that's right.
Oh, okay, nice.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, it was right for someone.
Yep, it was. Yeah,
okay.
Okay, at least Noel agreed with me. And it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, so even someone that's experienced was agreeing with me on this at least.
Yeah, by the information you had, I mean, that was relatively safe. I'm just also stupid, and this is friendly.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the hopefully.
Yeah.
It was a correct tile. It was a correct tile to move your hand forward. There were not a lot of danger noodle signs on it.
Yeah, because I was looking, I'm like, it doesn't look like even on the discards, or anything like that. So
yeah, sometimes weights can just be and are a sign of a good player in this game is that the discards don't give as little information as possible into the weights.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you can just be Ezra and just have an incredibly stupid weight like that one was, where good luck guessing it to begin with, because why would you ever do this?
Yeah. And I was like kind of on the fence because I had another one, and I was like, maybe I can pivot a little bit, but
I'm not even gonna lie, I just like the idea of not having to click because I was eating dinner.
You know, honestly,
fair.
there are worse reasons for going into Reach. You go into Reach and then you have hand off the mouse mode. Let's see.
I'm just glad at least I'm like understanding it enough where I'm getting really close to Tenpai as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like you're coming around to understanding the game well enough that you could probably go and play your way out of novice in a couple of days of just goofing off.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
Because, I mean, absolutely having these terms and having someone kind of go like, here's what you have to do. And just, again, recently someone telling me, hey, it's kind of like Rummy. Oh, it makes so much more sense now to play it this way.
And again, like, I think a large part of why this game is so inscrutable to an English audience is that all of the terms are just terms in Japanese that don't mean anything in English. That we could absolutely be using other terms, but we just, as a community, just have not decided to do this. So you end up with you have to know what tenpai means. You know, as an example, I'll say chitoi and all pairs interchangeably. If I'm in a stream or something, I'll always say all pairs because everyone knows what that means. But chitoi, you'll never hear chitoi, or you'll never hear all pairs being said in like other rooms. You'll always just hear chitoi. Means the same thing. It just means all pairs.
What if we just come up with our own nonsense English terms that mean that, and then start using them until people adopt them?
I think that that's what the Australians did. So I mean,
honestly, yeah, that is kind of how that game came together. Oh, I might be a dipshit.
Relatable. I'm not actually sure where this hand is going.
I was too busy thinking about stupid terms for things, but luckily now I get to come up with one because I'm gonna end up in Furry 10 probably. So yeah, I'm in a little bit of a green bean situation over here.
You like Foodie 10? Is it your home?
Yeah, I don't really like being in green bean. It kind of sucks because then you can't win off the tile because you discarded the tile.
You can simply draw it again.
Yeah, I guess I could, but that's what makes it like you're not likely to do that, which is why being in green bean kind of sucks.
There you go.
Now you get to... Now I get relaxed.
Now you understand Ricci. Congratulations.
Yeah.
There are two modes of Ricci. I get to relax now, and this is suddenly a horror game.
I mean, to be fair, it can be a horror game while you're in relax mode because you have no way to pivot.
Yeah, exactly.
That is true. That is a good point.
Oh, you know, if you can't do anything about it, like, what do you care? You just kind of chill. But
that's true.
Let's go. Oh my god. That hand was just nice from the beginning, honestly.
I was going for all
Frixie, stop
pairs.
winning every game we ever play. What the fuck?
Yeah, Frixie, stop winning.
What are you talking about?
How dare you win that match right there?
Me staring at the wall.
I do this to Frixie every time. I don't even know where it started.
Every single time I play with y'all,
What
I
if
get this
everyone
shit.
just turned to the cat girl? That'd be funny.
Actually, yeah, fine, whatever.
What if,
I feel dirty about this, but whatever.
I'm actually playing as Chi because I feel like I have to specifically play as Chi at least once every single time I saw my stream, just to piss her off.
That dude just beat Chihaya, but in Mahjong Soul. That's crazy. Are they paying her royalties for stealing her design?
She threw money at trying to get this character, and I just and I got it for free, and she was so angry.
Damn.
There
she is. She heard her name. She saw her character.
I'm actually Chihaya this game. Please refer to me appropriately.
So I heard you had a really good time with Zero Escape, the last one, the name that I forgot
Zero Time
because
Dilemma?
it's Zero Time Dilemma. I heard you had a really good time with that one. You
Yeah.
want to elaborate? Was it a banger? Best Zero Escape game?
It's genuinely the funniest game of all time. Like, there's
Definitely
games
the
that try
game
to
of
be
all time.
funny, but that one definitely wins it.
I felt like I was watching a parody of Telltale's The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
God. But yeah, it's so funny. Like, I don't even like particularly like this character. I wasn't even rolling for her. She just happened to be.
It is Silverwolf, Noel. Yeah.
She just happened to be whenever I was happening to be dumping more money in the gacha. Although I guess theoretically I'll lose this excuse whenever you go magical girl. A little bit. Not all the way, but a little bit.
There are plenty of magical girl characters, and I'm sure you have multiple.
That's true. we don't talk about how many characters I've unlocked in this game. We don't do this. This is not a
I
thing.
think we should actually.
No, we shouldn't.
I think we should get like an exact number right now from you.
True.
An exact number?
True.
Yeah.
I think it's close to 30, if not a bit over 30 at this point.
And it took you how much money?
I have the dog food achievement unlocked. There is no money for the Primal Fire one. That's actually why I use it. It doesn't mean that it means that I haven't spent money. The Primal Fire is I played during the beta.
Damn, that's pretty cool.
Or like I played like during the beta / first week of the game. Yeah, it doesn't look anywhere near as cool as the rest, but it's also way less incriminating, and it's actually somewhat rare. So I'm much more happy to have it on that one on than the rest.
Let's see.
I looked at my current resolution for this game right now, and I currently am playing it at 2325 by 1308. Completely normal resolution.
That sounds fine, yeah.
I'm gonna unplug your computer.
I love non-integer scaling. It's done so much good for the background. The background looks completely normal. I've never done a single crime against Uchi. Not a single one.
True.
What crime against you specifically? If anything, like I have a small little stack of papers for every single time you didn't go run to the corner during raid. So
Tax evasion.
I keep building these up
tax
so
evasion.
well.
I can't believe I'm the one being blamed for tax evasion whenever I did everyone's fucking taxes.
Well, yeah, you evaded them on our behalf,
I see.
and that's fucked up.
That's true. I did pull Kirara.
Kirara. I love her. She's so cute.
The Inuyasha person.
What?
That sounds like an Inuyasha name. I never watched.
Yeah, so
Inuyasha.
there is a Kirara and Inuyasha.
Wait,
That is
there
correct.
is? Oh.
Yeah. I miss Inuyasha. That was a good show. Yeah, the little fox and/or big fox. Kirara made me totally not furry bait / turning people into a furry on Toonami as a kid. Totally normal.
Oh, that's who it was. Okay.
Yeah. Or if you watch the dub because you're watching on Toonami, Kirara.
Kirara.
Or what was it, Kirara or something like that? Like the very hard R's.
Kirara. Yeah, that's probably what it was.
It was nightmarish looking back.
I have to say, there's a certain charm of pre-2015 anime dubs.
Who in the right mind turned as a furry because of Kirara? I have you met like how many people turned furries for just basically anything at all?
Okay, listen. No need to attack me here, okay?
To be honest, like Robin Hood and Lion King were actually like pretty not anything for me. Hirara absolutely was great.
No, it's usually Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
Also
it's usually
Sonic. Also Sonic.
Sonic Heroes. Sorry.
Though to be fair, like the Sonic Chili Dog anime era was kind of the same time that Inuyasha was on TV era, so I mean they can kind of, you know, add together.
Was it Sally Acorn that did it for you? It turned
Sally
into a
Acorn is so
furry.
good. I'm sorry. That was like that particular animation was like peak Sonic. Sonic has been downhill ever since.
X was pretty okay.
Here's where I get to say that I'm too much of a zoomer to have ever actually seen any media with Sally the Acorn in it.
Oh my god.
I think she's only in the comics and like
Aren't you like
early 90s.
I actually do know. I like her design. I agree with you, but I've never consumed any of the actual media she's in.
Aren't you like older than Corvina?
No.
No.
You're younger?
Yes.
Oh my god, you are the new baby.
Yeah, we've been saying.
Thank you for the follower irrevocable.
I didn't realize literally. What's wild? Sorry, my brain. Oh, so long, irrevocable splee. Irrevocable spee one.
Oh,
and your partner.
of course. Oh, there's spammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a free number. Number went up one.
Hey, thanks, Siri. Siri bot. Thank you.
I keep trying to make all pairs happen, it's not happening.
You can't make all pairs happen. You can't force it.
I'm so close. You don't understand.
Society has to allow it upon you. You don't get all pairs. All
You have
pairs
to
get
draw
you.
it, basically, huh? Like, just from the beginning, you just have to get luck.
Well, I mean, you can't call anything in all pairs. You just have to have all pairs. Like, Chitoi is something that it's a state of being. It's not a desired state. I'm not an all pairs hater. It's just a terrible fucking hand.
Damn.
No, you're a hater.
I can't believe the inevitable Chitoi bringer
I'm
upper.
in first? Nice.
This is what happens whenever anyone mentions Chitoi ever.
So get rid of that one.
She chi on my toy till I run ya.
Why would you do? Why, Ezra? Why?
Look, I'm sorry that I'm the funniest person to ever walk the earth. I can't help it. It is my genetics. I'm sorry.
You're wearing some jeans, all right. I'll give you that. They might be a little tight on you. You might want to check your blood pressure, but you know, you've got some jeans on you,
very
all right.
high. Oh, I assure you, it's very high. I live in 2024.
And now I'm just imagining you, and now I'm just willfully misinterpreting all of this and imagining you in just like the highest waisted pants, just the highest waisted jeans. They're just, you know.
I mean, yeah, the only thing I wear is jeans. I have like holes in the pockets that are like my armholes and just goes up to my neck.
And they're just like loosely hanging down over your titty.
I wasn't actually gonna like spoil that. I was gonna roll up to Offkai like that and let y'all react, but I mean,
unfortunately,
I guess that's out of the bag now.
Yeah, Mahjong ruined it.
Figured it out.
Discerning individuals who can interpret clothing by their Mahjong playing style. So I was like, is that Joveralls? But I feel like it's more than Joveralls. It's like,
I mean, it's just like a pair of jeans, but like
it's a
really
jumper.
long.
It's just a jumper. It's just a denim jumper, is what it is. It's just a straight.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
I guess it kind of is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a denim jumper. Surely that exists.
Quality.
Surely that's just something that is
it's
sold.
Prada. I mean, there's fucking Gene everything. I saw fucking.
Oh my god, it does exist. That is a
What
look
was
of all
that?
time. I love it.
It was a Gmono. It was a Gene
Oh.
kimono I saw earlier.
I messed up there. Whoops.
Honestly, I feel like a Gmono has more rights to exist than this jumper does.
All right, valid.
Mostly because like, so there's the jumpers that are like that are it's just a dress and they're calling it a jumper, which, you know what, cool. But then there's the ones that aren't, and like then they have like they have the pants pockets, like the rear pockets sewn in front over the tits.
What?
So you just have like the dangling titty jeans pockets.
Quality. That, oh my god.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
It's absolutely just the look of all time. I'm kind of impressed by that jumper.
Can we all get like a 2.0 with that outfit?
That's like a long pants romper that is just all jeans.
It's all jeans, but they clearly just like took two pairs of jeans and like cut out the back pants pockets and just put them over her tits.
Yeah. Huh.
And it's clearly a pair of jeans because it's got like the ass print like where the girl's ass like wore down the jeans on the back, like that shape, the oval, right over her tummy on both sides. It's just like the worst choice. Like I don't even know if I can describe it well enough to like truly embrace how bad this is.
It's
so
not
bad.
good.
I didn't even see who's in Rishi.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Ignore the
okay.
knife. Just ignore the knife.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
The knife doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. If you pretend the Richi's not there, it can't hurt you.
That is how that works.
Especially on this amazing weight. It definitely can't hurt you. And I mean that in the most, oh my god, why did I decide to do this kind of way?
I feel like I'm gonna be the one. Oh my god!
Thank you.
As I said it.
There was only one left of those, so thank you.
As
That
I
sure
said
was a
it.
decision ever, and yet somehow it paid off anyway.
It was a terrible weight. I was like, I should not be doing this.
I'm like, I'm gonna be the one that
What
does
is
it.
the
I'm sure.
plan?
As I said that.
A pair of one of circles and like I think it was like a 3 of bamboo or something. I was like, there's 2 of one of the other, and it's a pair weight. There's nothing that's going to work out about this weight, or there's nothing that should. Statistically, this is never going to happen.
And is terrible.
I'm working on my best chi impressions.
Yeah.
Totally not. I'm not a cat. I swear I'm not a cat. I feel like the amount that I played on Mahjong and imitating that voice, because it's grounded in my brain, though, it's probably not helped those allegations.
It doesn't. You have
True.
a very bad track record at beating allegations.
You're not wrong. Mostly because why? Mostly because why bother? By the time it's an allegation, and no one's going to actually believe me anyway.
True.
It's not actually an allegation, which does not haunt me to this dying day.
I don't know. There was the 27 bodies they never found.
That one
probably haunts you.
that one does still haunt me. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, there's not a single one that doesn't still haunt me to this dying day.
Yeah.
They all haunt me.
Just like the one from '95.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Trixie was actually responsible for the bite of 87.
It's
Sure.
true.
Yeah.
She is the one who bites.
Entirely accurate. Absolutely. Totally not, because totally not she who has been bringing up biting way before way before me in this call, and we having not brought up any biting at all so far.
Yeah, but that's retaliation against you. It's only
Right.
fair.
Oh, I see. I see.
It's like
I
how in the
understand.
zombie shows, they never, for some reason, bite the zombies back, because it would absolutely turn them back into humans, because I'm sure it works that way.
Exactly.
Oh, I see. So it's just like it's a curse that has to get passed around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, this like also explains so much of like Tsukihime. Thinking about it, like Tsukihime makes a lot more sense of you just don't want to have to deal with the bullshit.
They just
Yeah,
keep
you just
biting
bite 'em back.
motherfuckers a lot in Tsukihime.
Yeah.
They just be biting motherfuckers over there.
Yeah, they really do be.
There's a,
There's a
it-
man made of dogs in Tsukihime, and that dog do be biting.
Oh, hello there, Crisis. Why on earth are you here?
Thank you, Crisis. I appreciate
Hi,
that.
Crisis, how are you doing? How are you doing?
Having a normal.
Oh my gosh.
Feeling good, feeling sane.
Me over here stare. I can't slash Mahjong for your benefit, Crisis. I apologize. No one is going to learn how to play Mahjong in this chat. Although this is the most polite I think I've ever seen you be. I'm very proud of you, Crisis. You're turning over a new leaf. I'm very proud. This is a warm, welcoming moment. Maybe my time away has helped you come over. It's helped you come around. For reference for everyone else, and Crisis is absolutely a mainstay in the Mahjong community. It is a very fun person.
Why is it
Who
always me?
inevitably,
Why is
who
it always me?
inevitably there's reasons, but you know.
But yeah, thanks for stopping by, Crisis. I appreciate it. And then
I will,
Frixie just berated you. You know, I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's the default. Anytime Crisis shows up, has been this conversation for the last like year, 2 years. I would hope. I think it's been that long. It feels like it's been that long. I do miss Crisis and everyone else though. Yeah, the real answer, Riker, is that you should start streaming Mahjong more, and then that'll give me more incentive to start streaming Mahjong more. There's the real answer.
I mean,
You see, that's what I expected. That's the actual answer that I expected from Crisis.
hey, I'm always down to collab on Sunday, Monday, because those are my days off. Other days,
Oh
I have no
I'm
idea.
sure you should solo stream and climb.
Oh my gosh.
It's the best. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best. I'm not
Nothing but
scamming this poor
Mahjong.
innocent
Surely
soul.
nothing will go wrong by playing
Scared.
nothing but Mahjong.
Mahjong. Dark destructive path. Oh my god. What is this hand? God.
Oh my god. Oh
Like,
no.
from the
I
get go, I was like, what is this?
I cannot stress enough how often you are going to have that thought playing this game.
Like from the second I drew this hand, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I'm not scamming anyone though. This is Riker asked to learn of his
I
own
did.
accord, and simply am teaching in completely normal ways. I'm not indoctrinating more people into the cult of Mahjong. I would never.
It is true. I did ask. She does not currently have a gun to my head to tell me or make me say that.
It's true. And it's not a knife either.
An ass. You know what? Valid. Unask.
You know, I'll be honest. That is probably the safest way to sanity. That is probably the most correct way to get out of here. saving yourself first and foremost. But yeah, I think at this point this is once again, I totally am not I'm not indoctrinating more people, Crisis. I'm simply teaching more people how to play a completely innocent game. This is just a completely normal game with completely normal things that happen in it, and there's no reason or cause for concern to think that I would be doing anything wrong.
There's a more efficient way of tortures.
Well, that I disagree with. This game's really efficient at it.
Well, yeah, but you can also just like shoot yourself in your nose. That's a lot more efficient because it takes less time.
Honestly, coming
That's
back
really
from look, first of all, look at my discards.
Yeah.
And like that was basically my entire opening hand.
I mean, yeah, you're going for a Nagoshi Mangan. You're going for a Mangan which is based on only ever discarding terminal tiles and honor tiles.
The best hand in the game, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Oh, nice.
I wanted to, why you stole my East. I wasn't doing that. Mangan and draw is exactly as normal a hand to have as seeing Four Winds draw, both of which I don't think I've ever actually seen, and I have well over 1,000 ranked games in this game. I've never seen either of those happen in person or otherwise. Yeah, sure. Well, let's go lead the speed and get out of here quicker. Why not?
All right. Let's dial it back.
It's funny, like I've had several Yakuman. I just have like a list that I maintain of like of the Yakuman that I've had. I've never seen Mangana draw, and I've never seen four people decide to toss wins to say screw this hand at once. There's always that one person who's like, nope, I want this hand.
I mean, if you consider just getting the Yakuman though, like you just have to get those tiles.
And that's true. If you want a Yakuman, you can simply just have them on every single hand. I've never seen Mangana. Yeah, it's one day I'll see Mangana draw. Oh, that sucks. The very last 1P to stop you. Oh, that really sucks. Just to be an ass.
What the fuck?
I would let that through. I would just be like, okay, fine. You've gotten this far. There's sometimes maybe you just wanna let the person have fun.
Yeah, you all weren't wrong. You discard a tile and then you get it right then. The next hand.
Yep.
Gosh, ones are my favorite.
Hey, guess what?
I love your trash pawn. You are so right, Crisis. No one's having fun here. Only misery is had in this game. Did you ever break your login streak, or are you still trying to or are you still going forward on that? But yeah, Riker, trash pawns are everyone's favorite. The best. Look, you being logged in has nothing to do with me, with my ask of have you broken your login streak. I can say these two sentences and they can be independent.
She has a point. Fuck, what do I want to?
To make all pairs happen.
That's true. You could go for all pairs. You could pivot to all pairs.
I could pivot to all pairs. Hey, no, I'm not already.
I mean, you could be miles away, but right now is the moment. Right now is the pivot moment.
Now is the time.
Orphans.
That's true. You you could actually go for all dragons
Yeah.
and just, and just pick up the,
I mean, I should have earlier.
and just pick up the trash pond off the floor. Pull a pull a Nakagi and steal them off the table.
Right.
Simply waiting for y'all to discard what I'm looking for. It'd be very polite if you did.
No.
This is me being polite. This is my polite asking. Can't you see my polite asking face?
No.
I'm doing my best to have my my best chi polite asking face impression. Is it working? What the hell do I discard? The hell do I discard?
That's where I've been at.
You've logged in playing.
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of days.
That's a lot of days. That's
Oh, okay. Is that what it was? I thought
just over 3 years. Almost 4.
I know for a while you wanted it to be consecutive for no particular reason.
Trash pond.
Like you wanted it to be consecutive, and then also the moment you actually finished the gosh damn achievement, you were just going to quit the game forever, which I highly doubt. But you know, you said you were going to do it several times, so maybe it'll happen. Maybe if Crisis ever disappears off the planet, we all know where he went. We all know that suddenly disappeared to having enough logged in days.
Free of Mahjong.
Free of Mahjong.
I don't know what you mean by that, Noel.
God damn it.
What a messy hand this was. I had 4 pair. At the end I had 4 pairs, and I just picked a random one to get rid of. That's what the 6s were down there.
You should have gone with all pairs.
Oh,
I'd already
I see.
other things.
Okay, I see what you're saying, Noel. Oh, I could have kept all the pins, and it would have. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's 3,000 days. That's the one that you're going for, Mahjong. So yeah. You know, actually, that does track. Your hard
3,000
retirement
days.
You truly are the only achievement hunter I've ever met in Mahjong. Also, the only person I know who I have spoken to regularly who has spent more in this game than I have in terms of money somehow.
Oh, quality.
Which I respect and I give you a hard nod for. Completely normal situations, completely normal sentences. Speaking of which, Riker, when's the first time you're going to sink money into this awful goddamn gacha that you should never spend money on?
That's a good question.
Right now.
Not even a prayed up banner right now.
There's not even a rate up banner. There's nothing going on there now.
Yeah, let me just do that.
The majority of the time that I spent was on the normal banner, so.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Wow, I can understand the notation now. That's so crazy.
Yeah. Well, and that absolutely is how you'll see it written 99% of the time. So welcome to being able to read Mahjong notation. It looks insane until you have like a couple of hours worth of background in it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Look, credit card no jutsu is completely fine. It's the only way to play this game. It's literally the only way to have luck. The game will not give you luck if you don't swipe.
That's fair.
It's been proven, definitely, probably, maybe once, possibly. Especially if you listen to Reddit.
Which you should always do. Reddit's very smart and normal.
That's true. Everyone on
Reddit's the
Reddit.
best.
They're all very
Every
well
single
adjusted over there.
There's not one person on Reddit who was talking out of their ass even once.
No, they always tell the truth. I mean, it's illegal to lie on the internet, so obviously they wouldn't.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes complete sense. I think after this, I'm going to immediately go walk down to the shop and buy hot pot ingredients because I'm craving the hell out of hot pot after this for some reason.
Quality.
Potted pot.
Needing every single glasses character, respectable, completely. I would say that I was collecting every single fox girl, but the last time they dropped an actual fox girl and I spent like 100 on it hoping to roll her, she did not get rolled, and I just gave up on spending after Goma spent like a single free roll and got her, and I was.
That's I gotta do those desire sensors.
Got him.
I experienced a true Chihaya moment.
That's
Shout
gonna be
to
me
Fox
with
Girls.
Arcade and Faco.
It was murderous.
Have you considered not playing Fate Go? That usually helps. With the
I
whole
literally
playing
don't
Fate
even
Go
play
problem.
the game. I straight up just log in, get my cords for Arcade, and log back out.
Genuinely. Look, it's not Arcade. It's legally distinct,
it is
differently named
Arcade.
Arcade.
It is Arcade.
Isn't she like technically named something different?
No.
Like, oh, okay. I thought she was in it for some reason.
I mean, it's Archetype Earth, but that's like.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Archetype Earth is obvious. Yeah, I mean, yes, but like, you know. That's why I was making the joke of legally distinct.
If I get the... Oh, there we go.
I literally discarded the 3 earlier. Nobody wanted it.
But this time...
Yeah, that was
this time right here it is.
before... Yeah, that was before I declared.
And 5 Dora. Nice Mangan.
Oh my god.
Nice Mangan.
I'm
And
so
that is why
sorry.
and that's why collecting the shiny tiles is very important.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
It's okay. I was one away. I was stuck between a rock and a hard place there.
I mean, you're playing Mahjong, so that's basically like the default of like existence
this
with
hand
it.
is ass, like actually.
Yeesh.
Sheesh.
Look, sometimes you have to give it a thought. You give it a nice big thunk. You give it some thinkings, and you come up with a solution. It's probably not the right one, but you pick one. You know.
Joke's on you, I never think.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta
Alright.
swallow it, and other times you gotta blurb.
A rare thinking has occurred. A rare thought's coming out. I feel it swimming around in there. Gina. The cat girls are never ending. Anya.
So once I have the dragons down, like,
You can
I'm
do whatever
good.
the hell you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
um,
You have a valid Yaku. Your hand is a valid shape.
perfect.
It may not be worth very many points, but you're also an East, so you'll get more points from being an East, and also you'll stay in East. So
Perfect.
True.
while you're in dealer, your goal is to stay in dealer and rack as many points as possible. But the longer you are in dealer, there is another mechanic. You see up there in the top left-hand corner where there's like the little 8 stick. The little below
Oh,
like,
where it has
sorry,
the times 1 next to it.
yeah,
and
top
all
left-hand
that,
corner. Yeah. Those are Hamba sticks, and it's how long the dealer has been. How long the dealer streak has gone, basically.
Gotcha.
The higher that number, the more the actual games themselves are worth, and it resets whenever the wind moves.
Okay.
So the longer you stay in dealer, the more dangerous the games themselves become.
Gotcha.
I think you picked up on a lot of the things in this game faster than most people do. I'm gonna be honest, because usually I mention like 90% of this, and it slides in one ear and out the other until like 3 or 4 sessions in.
It's because I like games like this, because it's really chill. You know?
Alternatively, people ask me like ages later, like, why on earth are some tiles shiny like way later into like a month into playing, and I'm like, oh god, have you not like figured out how doors work yet? And then I cry a little inside.
I don't believe in Doras.
I just need this, right, Noel? That's it.
Oh, I don't like this. What the hell do I toss?
Okay, thank you, Noel.
I'm doing that.
I only felt comfortable saying that because I'm at 4 tiles. Ron.
Yeah, you have.
Well, I think that ends the game. Yeah, that does it.
You know,
Holy
sometimes
shit.
you don't
Well, I got
have
second.
you don't have to play all 4 hands, or both wins rather, if somebody just gets deleted from the internet. Yeah, do we want to play? Sorry, go ahead.
We could do one more.
Yeah, I was gonna say like we could do like one more East only or something real quick.
Yeah, I could do it East only.
I think we gotta drop to rebuild the room real quick. I'll just do that real quick. Friendly. You know what? I can mix up the rules while I'm at it. Let's see.
Sure.
Oh, let's see.
So
all of the limited rules that are never limited are going to be added.
Okay.
I'm doing Battle of Ashura, which is if I recall correctly, is the one that includes the Charleston.
Yeah, I think so.
So once we're in the room, how do I change the character?
There's the decoration button.
Oh, it only now was appearing. Oh, is it because I hit ready before? Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're ready,
I was
you don't
wondering on
get.
Okay, what fresh hell
Keeper.
oasis?
We're gonna go with this one. We're gonna go with this Twitch safe skin.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I'll be back from my vacation in a week, everyone.
Nice.
Oh, we're doing this. Okay.
Yeah, as I said, we're doing one with the Charleston. So the way this works, toss the 3 tiles you like the least, and the
Holy
person.
crap! Thank you for the raid, Navitas. 45 people. Hi.
Yeah.
I
Hi,
am
Navitas.
learning.
I
Mahjong.
have no fucking clue what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's happening. I just started learning today, and we're already doing some random stuff that I've never heard of.
You select 3 tiles you don't want, and then we're gonna pass those 3 tiles to the right.
To the right, yes. It'll be
Okay.
right, and then it'll be across, and then left. But
Okay.
yeah.
Um,
This has been a Teach Riker Mahjong stream, which is great.
Yeah, this is brand new content to me. I usually do speedruns or JRPGs or anything like that. I try to do variety, but this is just overwhelming.
Welcome to Mahjong.
Welcome to my stream, and thank you for the...
To be fair, this is like actual match 3, and we're just playing casual, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah.
I figured we would do one more wild thing before.
Yeah, and it's the last match, so...
Yeah, this isn't a thing you will ever actually do playing with real people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you decided to pick up American Mahjong and they ask you to do the Charleston, now you'll know how to do it.
I am... Sure.
Completely normal sentence uttered by completely normal people.
That is a thing that you just said, whatever you said.
I mean, it all made sense in context too, which
It
is
does.
kind of upsetting.
It's very upsetting that I understood most of it.
I don't like
Already?
American Mahjong
What?
conceptually. Why is that real? Also, what the fuck?
What's wrong?
I hate this.
Yeah, I tried to warn Riker that the only rule of Mahjong is that there's no good Mahjong, but apparently he's been enjoying it, so I don't know what's going
I
on
actually
here.
have been.
I truly don't understand how we managed to reach this situation.
Are you? Oh, okay. Oh my god, you scared me. I was like, did I just do it again?
If you simply
Okay, I'm
talk,
the most likely to do it. Statistically.
the best part of an early reach is you have no context as to what's safe. It's great.
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening. Yeah, it is pretty satisfying to learn this. I'm having a lot of fun, but they keep putting the fear of God in me every time that.
I love full well that like I just regularly have, I guess irregularly have these Mahjong teaching streams where like someone will ask me, and I think I've taught like everyone in like my friend group at this point, and then expanding outwards now. Mahjong, I just keep teaching people. Everyone keeps asking, and I'm just like, okay, well, if you want to learn hell, I'm happy to teach.
It just keeps happening.
Yeah, if you're not fearing God, if the game feels normal, and if you're not fearing everything out of Ezra's discards while you're stuck in reach and there's nothing I can do about it.
Lol, Lamau, even.
I'm over here just like smiling because there's nothing I can do. I'm locked in, and everything going on the left. If friends don't let friends play Mahjong, then how on earth do you play in person? Do you only play locals with randos, and you can never speak with them outside this context? It's like
you can never Facebook Marketplace and find the shadiest motherfuckers of all time to play with.
You can't ever know their names. If you ever see their faces, like everyone has to wear a mask. If you ever see anyone's face, then everyone is only speaking with like text to speech.
Better fucking not.
It's not her.
If you fucking do this, Ezra, if you fucking do this, well, why are you giving more ammo? Oh, never mind. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Well, thank you. Thank God.
Fucking...
Thank God.
Thank God.
Oh my God! It actually doubled my shit.
No, you have more time. Remember, it's last one out. You still have more time.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't realize it was last one out. I'm fucked.
I forgot
You three have to keep going.
We still have to keep going. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is Battle of Asura.
Shit is happening.
Battle of
Sure,
Asura
it's
is...
10. That's how I just had to survive.
Hey.
Oh!
And Frixie dodged it.
And I dodged it because I picked up my tiles, so y'all had to pay more. And now it's between you two.
I didn't even know this is what happens in this. Oh my god.
I forgot about this part of Ashura. I thought it was just in Charleston.
I figured that now that you've learned the normal rules, I might as well throw them all out the window.
Yeah, you definitely did do that.
However, chat, is it not entertaining? To be fair, you've now seen all of the rules of Asura. Is that you trade tiles and then it's last one out. So this mode is wild. I love it. It's basically as high scoring and nonsensical as American Mahjong. So this may as well just be your favorite mode. If you played this mode but only played with Yakuman, you would basically be playing American Mahjong.
Yeah, it's just American Mahjong, but not ass.
Wow. That was definitely something.
God, this hand. And I could tell you wanted it to be more.
Oh yeah, I wanted it to be big 3, but
Yeah,
Big ruined it for me.
Yeah, they hit the table.
So I understand a little bit more on that. You can go for Ricci at first, but you quickly want to pivot right away.
Yeah, yeah. This mode is like my favorite nonsense. Like some people like 3-player Mahjong because it's high stakes and high adrenaline. This is my preferred method of high adrenaline Mahjong, where the bullshit is so high. Only there's not a ranked ladder on this, so it's better. You don't have all of the bullshit of someone trying to pretend that 3-player Mahjong is valid. It isn't.
3-player Mahjong is the only valid Mahjong, actually.
It's extremely not even close.
It is. I'm sorry to tell you this.
It's a miserable excuse for whenever you can only find 2 other people.
Well,
You
some
can't
of us
get
don't have
achievements in
friends,
fences.
Frixie. Like, jeez.
Exactly, Vorpal. You get it. You get it.
You guys keep throwing out new terms and it just makes me more confused.
Sanma just means 3-player.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Ah, that makes sense.
San.
Actually, it's
Yeah,
Son
exactly.
Balls. Got him.
It's on my balls. Yep.
I got
You're
everyone
right.
in the raid in on that joke early. I'm glad it paid off.
You did it. You managed to nail the correct amount of getting everyone.
Yeah. And by everyone, I mean 2 people, and then my brain having intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, if you want to collect Yakuman, you just do it in 3-player because they are
Yeah.
like substantially more often because there's substantially fewer tiles and there's more chance to see all the tiles themselves.
Getting a counted Yakuman just because I happen to draw all 4 north tiles. It is exactly like that. That is
Yeah,
exactly how that goes.
The miserable game experience for Mahjong. Mahjong is already miserable, and Samba just makes it worse.
But it also makes it funnier.
Debatable.
Kind of like what I was saying about Open Reachy. It's funny, therefore it's valid.
Yeah, just so chat knows, Ezra is currently on a crusade to get at least Marshall to implement Open Reachy.
God, yeah, that would go so hard. That would go unbelievably hard.
It would not go anywhere. It would just be the most unpushed button on the planet. I can't think of anybody who would ever turn it on except for you.
No, I would definitely go on a crusade to make sure that everyone presses it because it would be funny as shit.
And that's because Tinha is valid.
Nobody will ever do a closed Reachy again once it comes out. Ain't no way.
No one will ever do a closed Reachy. No one will ever play a Reach.
Yeah,
I
it'll only
can't
ever be
believe
open.
that happened.
Yeah, that was a nice directly after. You actually get points for that.
For being directly after? Nice.
You
Yeah,
got the
well,
Patsu, yeah. 'cause
yeah,
it
you
was
get a
the one
Patsu
with
for
cards.
yeah. You get a Patsu for winning before it goes all the way around back to you. It's, assuming nothing else happens in between.
Gotcha.
It does have that point, but also like it. An open I thought wasn't there? I mean, there's an open Reachy in Akagi, which is the only reason anyone knows about it or talks about it or it ever comes up in any conversation.
I mean, yeah, but it's incredibly base, so more people should do it. That's all I'm saying.
You worry me.
It is. It's based. It's hilarious. Why would anyone ever not declare their Reachy open?
Jesus.
You know, like I.
Oh, okay, good to know, Noah.
It's in one of the Judgment. Oh yeah, you're right. It is in one of the Judgment games specifically. Yes, but the Judgment games also have fucking what's that? The other was it Yakuza 5 or Judgment that has Warami rules, rules, which are just utter bullshit.
I don't know what this is.
Mahjong, more like PP Mahjong. Haha, got him. You got us.
Got everyone all at the
You
same
got
time.
all of us.
The entirety of everyone, 100% of everyone.
Disconnect. Oh, I'm back. Never mind.
Yeah, happens all the
That
time.
happens sometimes, yeah.
My exhaustive draw. I'm too exhausted. Arms too.
Oh, I got some of my money back. Thanks, Frixie.
Look, it's fine.
Hmm.
Y'all should simply give me the tiles that I want.
Right? Oh, those were not the tiles that I wanted.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. Well, my condolences for not getting the tiles that you wanted, I guess.
Let's do that.
I don't know. I mean, I do my Charleston's based on how good or bad the tiles taste. So, I mean,
Oh,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
valid.
That's fair.
the worst tasting ones are the ones that get tossed away.
so does that mean that like I need to go and clean all these afterwards, or?
I don't know. Probably not.
Okay. So long as we're in agreement, I'm cool with whatever.
Well, I mean, I figure they're all gonna get eaten by the end because we all love eating tiles, but like,
Oh,
you know, you
okay.
gotta savor them. And I want to
Well,
keep
I
the
mean-
best tasting ones to myself.
I somehow still haven't developed a like a taste for them yet. I've been working on it, but like, it's just like after 1,000 games, it's really hard to like have any amount of like preference, you know?
Oh god, I have to answer Chee's question. I have to remember what I actually chose as my lore accurate tastiest tile. I think last time I said West Wind, but I don't know. That could be fact checked. I could be called a liar.
I mean, you could be called a
Doing it.
liar anyway.
That's true.
There's nothing stopping you from calling you a liar, regardless of the conversation or circumstance.
Well, I know, but like
True.
they could be correct or incorrect depending on the circumstances.
I don't think they would be incorrect. I think they would just be correct, actually.
How can you prove that the West tile isn't my favorite tile to eat?
I don't have to.
Well, you do because that's how accusations work.
As far as I can tell, I get accused of things all the fuck time, and it doesn't actually matter for any amount of facts or logic. So why on earth would you be allowed to have a standard?
Because I'm the main character.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, now you get it.
Yeah. I thought Riker was the main character.
Am I?
That's the only flesh tuber who's ever bothered to show up ever.
Actually, you know, that's valid.
God damn.
Truly the flesh tubers here.
You don't.
What? Excuse me, Crisis. I didn't mean to give you a crisis.
Boo.
Well, there wasn't any hissing, so I'll take it.
Oh, damn it, didn't pick up on the mic. Never mind.
Now I have a choice.
Yeah,
Well, it's not that big of a choice.
yeah.
I'll just take the correct option. So Riker, when is your regularly scheduled Mahjong streaming going to start?
I think my schedule is a bit like yours.
A bit wild and a bit whenever I have some gosh darn time
Yeah.
It do be like that.
to do. I should be reading contracts right now, but I'm playing Mahjong. It's basically the same thing.
So
it's
true,
pretty much the
Bessie.
same thing.
You know what? Actually, Crisis, you can't just give away all the secrets. They have to figure them out for themselves. You can't just like openly admit how anyone actually plays this game.
Is that like the Mahjong version of the chess butt plug scandal?
100%, yes, that's exactly how it works. It's actually why people drink so often at the table, so like they just have plenty of liquid to
I
help things
see.
moving. Yeah,
That makes
But-
sense.
but you didn't hear this from me. You actually heard it from Crisis, who has been giving away all the secrets the whole time.
That's fair.
Hello?
Holy,
What the fuck just happened there? Hello?
a lot of cons.
Um,
Well,
God.
suddenly many more things are very shiny.
I still have no Yaku. I won't lie.
I'll take that.
God damn it.
All right.
Bruh.
Right. Let's see what you two can do. I
I'm
believe in
never
you.
gonna get this tile. I've been-
Are there any left?
I pretty much just have to draw into stuff, and I'm not going to draw into anything because I don't think there's.
Well, there's 4 left, so you'll find out quickly.
Where is this tile? I've been literally 1 tile away for like.
I think I'm holding on to the tiles. I think I have your tiles.
God damn it.
I had your tiles, didn't I? Yeah.
Yep. Indeed. You did the right thing. You put the tile away.
You ate the tile.
You ate the tile.
Once I realized that, I was like, I'm holding on to this.
And now it's time for the most wild version of it, in which you spread it in all 3 directions all the time.
Oh no.
I love this game mode. It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Wait, what is under the sea, under the river?
So one of them is to win after a con, because you draw a tile after the con, and one of them is to win on the very last draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had nothing.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's after
a con. The difference between under the sea and under the river is whether you draw it or if someone discards it.
you're right. After a con, yeah.
But they're functionally the same because it's the same amount of extra points.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I was thinking after the other. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for the correction. I never said I knew anything. People ask me to teach at this game, but that doesn't mean I know a goddamn thing about it.
Hey, Frixie, nice tiles.
Came up with a big list. Oh, nice. Frixie came up with a list of completely fake rules that just happen to line up close enough that people think they learned Mahjong.
You're so right.
That would be really impressive, to be honest.
True.
Everyone you've ever taught shows up to like an actual tournament and they immediately get kicked out for life.
The actual problem is I know the game well enough where I could probably write a full set of the rules, but like slightly tweaked enough that you would be able to play the game except for committing mistakes that would get you thrown out entirely innocently. It wouldn't even be that hard. Like you could simply write that you actually call chi from the right instead of the left, and that would be more than enough to get you thrown out for breaking rules completely, and it would be completely innocuous.
Hope we can hear that.
Oh well, you've just admitted to your crimes and the police have showed up. So there you go. That's what that noise was.
Okay, there we go. Now you can only hear in the background versus, the moment
like
I say
right in your window.
Oh, believe me, it was loud in the mic. It was way louder for my ears.
Oh yeah. Probably want to do this.
And now every dog in the neighborhood is screaming about it.
Shout out to dogs. One of my favorite animals.
Doing?
Dogs hear noise and decide that they're simply going to have fun. I've actually had valid hands only complete because I won from under the sea. I don't think I've ever won from under the river. I have one from under the sea.
I've got both, I think.
Well, no, I mean I've gotten both, but it's been my only Yaku. I have had only Yaku that's under the sea, which feels like something which should be illegal.
That is definitely wrong somehow.
A completely broken bad hand that's just garbage, but I managed to draw the tile that put it together as the very last tile, so technically don't worry about it.
So this is why in the fuck would I ever call Ricci on this, Ricci? But I don't feel like clicking.
That's true. You can go back to eating supper.
Yeah, actually now I'm drinking Sprite. I finished the food.
You're not drinking? This is the first time
Sprite.
I think this is the first time I think we've ever played Mahjong where you weren't actively drinking some kind of alcohol.
I mean,
usually it's not a lot, but yeah, I usually drink a bit.
That is true. Unless it's drunk Mahjong, then there's a lot of drinking.
Yeah, I mean it's Sunday. I've got work tomorrow.
I think it was Sunday last time too, if I recall correctly. I don't think it stopped you.
I think it was a holiday weekend though.
Was it?
I
Maybe.
believe so. I don't know. I don't know how time works anymore. I just know when I have my alarms set.
Well, why do you need alarms? You can just simply wake up at 6 a.m.
Oh, I very can't wake up at 6 a.m.
Oh, well, that sounds like a personal issue.
I can't wake up before like 2 p.m. without alarms. I don't know what to tell you.
Your skill issues are real.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
I don't like how much I had a really cool hand going into this, and I've had to pivot all of it away. It just keeps making me sadder and sadder.
Yeah,
Well,
this is pretty
Skill issue,
brutal.
Lamau.
More and more of my beautiful hand has been thrown in the gutter.
This is definitely the round of Mahjong ever.
I'm literally waiting on one tile that should have been thrown away already.
We're at 11 tiles left. Maybe 2 people are intent by. I'm gonna guess the other 2 are 2 away. Based on discards.
I'll be fucking honest with you. I need to figure out what the fuck a Yaku is. I need to learn quick.
Yeah, you play like 3 matches. You're playing with people who are actually playing the game. What the fuck's a Yaku?
Oh, it actually happened.
Congrats on
Never
your draw.
punished.
Congrats on your draw for your shit hand.
Yeah. Anyway, we really need to collude against Frixie. She can't keep winning like this.
What are you talking about?
She just keeps winning. This can't keep happening. This is unacceptable. See, there you go. Take points from Frixie. Yeah,
I'm
perfect.
literally second. Another nightmare.
God.
And then this bullshit.
Crisis.
You know, you're not wrong. God. All right, well, you know.
Okay, cool. I get it.
Look at this hand, Frixie. This is unacceptable.
It is. Yeah, you don't get to see my hand turn to shit. I can't believe you let me win, Ezra.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have.
That's what.
You
I
won
can't
every
believe I
time.
survived. Is really it.
Battle of Ashura is fucking ridiculous.
Look, that was so
Alright.
wild.
Here, I'll put on literally any other character to keep the Twitch
Right.
happy. Okay, well, I think that's probably going to be my last one for the day.
Yeah,
That's fair. Oh
Feels like
my
a good
gosh.
place to.
That's actually
Oh.
really fun. I did not expect Mahjong to be that fun, to be
Oh, it's
honest.
so fun. You get to
Yeah.
return the favor by finding another unsuspecting Mahjong person to pass the pile onto. Let's see who's currently streaming.
Don't worry, Crisis. I got you.
Yeah, honestly, heck Twitch. Raimi is currently streaming Mahjong if you wanted to.
Wait.
I can post
Yeah.
the name in chat if you want for the raid.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
There
Let's
you go.
Do that. Okay.
So,
my God.
we'll
Right,
pass
I gotta
on to.
go to the actual browser because my thing's broke.
You can just do it in any chat. You can't do it in your OBS chat.
The Streamlabs for whatever reason keeps logging me out and pisses
Oh,
me
weird.
off. I don't know why.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Stop using Streamlabs. Is the real answer.
well, that's fair.
Real.
It's easier to multi-stream using it. That's all, and then you get
Yeah.
extra benefits. All right, so yeah, we will raid Raimi. Thanks everyone for watching. I very much appreciate it. We'll go raid them. I'll hang out for a little bit as well, watch what they're doing, and then we will see you probably next week, unless I decide to do like strict speed runs. In
Sounds good.
between. All right, thanks
night.
everyone. Bye bye.
Yeah.
All right. Raid over. I need to
Off to passing the inevitable, oh shit, people are playing Mahjong in a big circle. This happens all the time. This is basically Mahjong Twitch. You will consistently always have like 16 to 20 people, but you'll never have any more than that because there's not any larger of a community.
Yeah, that is how it be.
Let's see. Oh, I need to follow.
I am apparently following them. Neat. I have rated them before. Good to know.
Nice.
I was like, it's Raimi sounds very familiar.